Good afternoon, everybody. We welcome you live to beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico and University Stadium. The tailgates are ongoing. Lobo, Louie, and Lucy are ready. Lobo Football 2025 home opener is here. The Lobo Walk has brought the New Mexico players into the stadium, and UNM will face off with the Idaho State Bengals for the first time at home under their brand new head coach, Jason Eck. Alongside my broadcast partner, Dontrell Moore. The all-time leading rusher in Lobo football history, I'm Robert Portnoy. D-Train, you wore jersey number 22. Scott Trey Humphrey does too. The Lobo running back could be huge for them here this season, couldn't he?
He's absolutely an integral part of this offense. The magic of number 22 is on his back. A preseason All-Mountain West pick, and the magic that is needed, he'll have to show out today. All-American last year at the FCS level. They are looking forward to him to do big things with number 22.
Nearly 1,400 yards for Scott Trey last year at Montana State. Now, last week at the Big House in Michigan, it was Dorian Thomas, the Lobo tight end, who showed out for 10 catches and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Dorian Thomas just absolutely spectacular. 10 catches, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns. His essentially college debut at the Big House showed up and showed out. The confidence of this young man is just ubering out of him. The Lobos are looking forward for him to having a big season this year.
Caught a big TD at the back of the end zone there for his second of the game against the Wolverines. The first one came on a trick play. The Lobos and the Idaho State Bengals, New Mexico, and a member of the Big Sky. The first one at home under head coach Jason Eck is next on Altitude Sports.
It was here. G4. Okay, no. Is that?
Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing. Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Nelson Buds, Landis, go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Mix 100.
Live and local with Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning.
I love you guys. I love this morning show. You guys bring so much energy.
Thank you, I'm going to save that audio and send it to the boss.
Yeah. Denver's best music.
Mix.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning. Denver's best music all day. Mix 100.
Elevate your game with golf at Altitude.
It's an amazing property.
Join us as we tee off on a tour through Colorado's most spectacular courses.
This is one of my favorite courses that we do on Golf at Altitude. I think it's safe to say that we've spoiled you so far. Holy McCloud. Yeah.
Your premier golf experience starts here.
It's heaven out here. Another successful show, my friend.
It's great. It doesn't get much better than this.
Golf at Altitude, only on Altitude Sports.
New Mexico Lobo football home opener is here. The Lobos and the Idaho State Bengals live for you on Altitude Sports. Happy to have you. I hope you've locked us in today, and it's great to be with you from the Duke City. Should be a beautiful afternoon for football here as the Lobos look to win their home opener, something they did not do last year under then brand new head coach Bronco Mendenhall. Okay, keys to victory. today, Dontrell Moore, what do you see?
Well, for the Idaho State Bengals, it's simple. They have to stop the express. Can they contain the run? Can they limit the Lobos to 150 yards or less? They have to. It's kind of the bear front. They're going to get in some bear front. Five people up front to stop that run. Is it going to be number 0, Cam Willis, who has 2 sacks in the season? Is it going to be Ryan Leathers, who flies around the football, number 21, forced fumble versus Southern Utah? But that's the first key. They have to stop the Lobo Express. They have to limit the run. The second key to victory for the Idaho State Bengals is the X factor playing well. Is it going to be number 2, Brett Spencer, who gets all over the field? He plays quarterback, he can play receiver, he might play running back. What is he going to do? How well does he play? And then obviously when they throw so much, 60% of the time, who's going to throw it and where they're going to throw it? Is it going to be Jackson Sherman? Is it going to be Mr. Davis Harson, number 16? So how well those X factor plays is a huge portion of where they go. On the other side, for the Lobos, Pancake Express. Can they run the football? Can that big offensive line, Rob Nett and Pierce and Lawrence and company, get 200 yards or more to be able to get where they want to be in this Lobo football season? Also, the secondary support, with number 21, Austin Brawley, being out of the lineup for the Lobos. And they're being out of the lineup, who's going to step up? Is it going to be number 14, Drew Speech, who won the job? Is it going to be the backup to him, number 29, Aaron Smith? Or is it going to be Tavian Combs, who will be in that rotation? The secondary on a pass-heavy offense, Robert, is going to absolutely have to show up and show out.
Lobo head football coach Jason Eck comes to Albuquerque in UNM after 3 seasons at Idaho, where he took them to the FCS playoffs 3 consecutive years. You know, Idaho had only had 2 winning campaigns over the prior 22 seasons before Eck arrived in Moscow. Grant Glasgow, transfer, will get his first opportunity as the kickoff specialist for the University of New Mexico. Back deep for Idaho State. Ready to return the kickoff is Ian Duarte. The first football is in the air at University Stadium for 2025, 8 yards deep. And it is a touchback. Idaho State will get the football first. There was some question who might be the starting quarterback for Idaho State for the first possession of the game. It looks like it's going to be Jackson Sharman. He's out of Torrance, California. He's a redshirt sophomore at 6'2", 201 pounds. His head coach, Cody Hawkins, says he's the more physical, the older, more mature of the quarterbacks available to him here this afternoon. First play is a handoff, left side, and the Lobos eat it up. Nothing there at all for Carson Sudbury. Jackson Eck, one of the Lobos' top tacklers in the opening week, with the first stop.
And that's exactly
2 or 3 before he's shoved out of bounds near sideline by Abe Williams.
Yeah, and you see Sudbury right there, the true freshman. They were going to try to get the ball to. What they want to do is get their tough players the ball in space, and that's what they were able to do on that play.
The Lobo defense struggled to get off the field on 3rd downs last year. 132nd in the country, 50% conversion for opponents against UNM in 2024. Sharman has time, fires left side, in and out of the hands of Ian Duarte. Duarte just dropped it. Coverage was pretty good. Might have been knocked out of bounds, shy of the line to gain. Important 3 and out for the New Mexico defense on the first possession of the afternoon.
Absolutely important. Here's simply put, Ian Duarte is a guy they lug, number 11. He has to watch that ball into his hands. All people know, all receivers know, you teach that at a very young age, is watch the ball all the way into your hands, and he may have a first down. The Lobos bite the bullet there, and now they get off the field 3 and out.
Drew Speech was in on the coverage there. Of course, that's the man who replaced Austin Brawley. First punt of the day for Idaho State is a boomer. Michael Buckley will take it in at the 22 and spill ahead for a couple of yards, and the Lobos will pick up their first possession at home. New Mexico coming off a fantastic showing in a loss at Michigan Stadium a week ago. Pretty much universally believe that the Lobos' performance against Michigan in the Big House, Dontrell, while not a win in the one-loss column, was a win in every other way that it could be.
Absolutely. Unless you're a part of football, unless you're in the game and you don't like moral victories, you know it was a great showing in the Big House against a very good football team.
Jack Lane is the New Mexico quarterback. It's a play fake. Flip it out here to Thomas, the tight end, and Thomas will be nailed right at the line of scrimmage. Not much there for Dorian as he couldn't turn the corner. Mason Young with the stop.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Duff, the defensive coordinator for the Idaho State Bengals, he said we would be absolutely foolish not to put coverage to Dorian, who showed up against Michigan last week. So you see him right there. They try to get Dorian Thomas involved early, and Idaho State not having any of it.
Yeah, first-year defensive coordinator Grant Duff at Idaho State, last 11 years at Weber State. McKinney and Humphrey are the setbacks. They'll motion McKinney out of the backfield and hand it off to Scottre, and Scottre will get 2, maybe 3 out near the 28-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Lobos on their first possession.
Yeah, there you go. You try to get a little bit movement and try to use your wheel, which is the offensive lineman, against, their smaller, if you will, defensive lineman, but not much doing on that play there, if you could see. They try to do a little motion, send the guy out, distract. Bengals right where they were supposed to be.
Lane in the gun with a single setback there. Scottre Humphrey in the backfield with him as the Lobos go 4 wide. Lane settles into the pocket. Plenty of time. Still looking. He'll step up. And now take off. And Jack will be stopped short of the first down. Out around the 37, 38, excuse me, the 33 or 34. And it looks like the Lobos will have to punt it away. Jackson Irwin, one of the linebackers for Idaho State, with the tackle.
Yeah, and Coach Eck talked about that. Some of it was covered sacks against Michigan last week. But if you see on that play right there, he took a little long, got to get out of his coverage into his reads a lot faster. He had a couple guys come open late, has to be decisive, was not able to be decisive. Now they'll have to punt.
Duarte deep. The Aussie punter, Daniel Hughes of New Mexico. It's a spiraling kick that'll be taken in on the fair catch at the 28-yard line. 0-0. Idaho State and New Mexico. Bengals football when we return on Altitude Sports.
The 14th annual Cronky Sports Charities Give Sports Equipment Drive, presented by Colorado Honda Dealers, is Saturday, September 20th at Ball Arena. Your donation of new and gently used sports equipment gives underserved youth in our community the opportunity to participate in sports. Cash donations are also accepted and help support a Precious Child Sports Scholarship Program. Donors will receive a donation receipt and a voucher for 2 tickets to a Denver Nuggets or Colorado Avalanche preseason home game while supplies last.
Look closely, and you'll see adventure, discovery, even a little mud. These 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. The Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Be winter ready with 0 down leases on a 4-wheel drive Bronco for just $439 or a Bronco Sport for just $369.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Brock Nelson punts, Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Back at University Stadium, both teams go 3 and out on their first possession of the ball game. Idaho State will set it up 1st and 10 at their own 29. Their starting quarterback to begin the year, Jordan Cook, just had surgery. He is out indefinitely. Jackson Sharman is the man who gets the football for Idaho State in the start here in Albuquerque. Carson Sedbury will try the left side and pick up 6, maybe 7 before he's brought down.
And you see Coach Spence, he talked about that, not getting gashed, not getting, people into lanes. And so they have to figure out how to stop those gashes for those kind of runs.
Motion a man out of the backfield and go empty. Throw it to Sedbury out of the backfield, and he'll cross the 40 before being knocked out of bounds on the near sideline. Abe Williams there along with Jackson Eck. That one's a chain mover. Idaho State with the first down of the ball game.
And what you know Sharman's going to try to do right there is get the ball out early. If you're the coaching staff, you want to get him comfortable doing things early, and that's what it looks like they're trying to do.
Again, inside. Nothing for Sudbury this time. Wrapped up by Keyshawn James Newby. He and his fiancée Emma awaiting the birth of their first child. Baby Jaya is due on September 27, Dontrell.
So much more to play for right there, and you see him flying around the ball, one of those transfers that they're expecting big things from.
Came with Kochek from Idaho to Albuquerque. 2nd and 10 at the 40. Now he's going to tuck it away and take off. Trying to turn the corner. Nothing there at all. Outstanding work by Caleb Coleman to track down the quarterback, Sharman. Coleman with a couple of tackles on this possession. Really good pursuit, Dontrell.
Absolutely. You see Caleb Coleman blocking. It's called stalking. And then you get off your stalk blocking, pursue outside in, because you know all your help's going to come from in. So you love what he's done right there. He's coached up, did exactly how he's supposed to do. Sets up the 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 to be exact. 4 wide receivers set up. Idaho State pretty much a spread team 99% of the time. Sharman with time, fires a strike. This one's caught at the 48 of New Mexico for an Idaho State first down. That's Zion Nunnally with the catch. Jackson Eck in on the stop.
Yeah, absolutely. One of their best receivers. They love getting him the ball in space. You see him go up, settle his body down, keep his eye on the ball. Great throw by Sharman into a pocket for the first down.
Big game at Southern Utah last week for Nunnally. 5 catches for 82 yards. They'll go empty here, get 5 into the pattern, throw the slant. Really good diving catch. Did he hang on to it? Ian Duarte did. It'll be a pickup of 4 to the Lobo 43.
Yeah, you see again Sharman standing in the pocket, just a quick slant. Taking what the defense is going to give you right there. Lobos have to be a little bit tighter underneath that bracket coverage. One guy on top, one guy underneath.
Idaho State's going to throw the football now to the tune of 45 pass attempts for Cook last week in their loss at Southern Utah. Settling into the Lobo logo here. He'll flip it to the man out of the backfield. Tackle made by Caleb Coleman.
What you see there, Robert, is just Idaho State Bengals trying to get comfortable, not throwing anything deep, not being anything crazy, and it's working right now. They're matriculating the ball down the field.
It's the freshman Titan Mason in the backfield, and Mason's going to get it here on 3rd down, and he's very close to the line to gain. On 3rd and short, he's going to pick up 3 and move the chain to the New Mexico 36. Jackson Eck with the stop, one of the Lobo captains and the son of the head coach, Jason Eck. But not before Idaho State converts. They have a first down.
Yeah, the Lobos had a lot of people in the box and just couldn't get a stop. If you get your big guy on their big guy like the Bengals were, you're able to pick up the first down. And in talking to the Idaho State Bengals coaching staff, they talked about running back by committee, getting a couple of guys who hadn't played a lot with the injuries in the backfield, and you see it on that play.
Sudbury back in the backfield alongside the quarterback, Sharman. A breather for the freshman, Mason. Now we've got a new QB. This is Davis Harson. Harson throwing it out left side. It's caught to Damian Morgan. Pickup of 8 to the New Mexico 28. Davis Harson, of course, the son of the former Boise State head coach, Brian Harson.
Absolutely, partner. Just getting a couple of people, and then they talked about that. Multiple players playing at quarterback.
Now an OC at Cal. Inside give. Sudbury straight up the left hash. Down near the 22. It'll be another Idaho State first down.
As you see just a zone right there, and you give the running back Sudbury an opportunity to cut back. It's called a zone read. You go play side, and if you see a cutback, you stick a foot in the ground and get vertical, and he was able to do it on that play.
David Murphy, the local product out of Rio Rancho and Cleveland High here in the Albuquerque Metro with the stop. They'll throw the slant again. One more time. It's caught by Duarte. Duarte wrapped up at the 15-yard line. Nice pickup of 9.
And Ian Duarte is one of those guys who played well against Southern Utah, and you see him just focusing in again. Nothing fancy right there, just a slant route in. The Lobos don't have bracket coverage, which means a linebacker underneath and a corner on top. And Sharman able to pick him apart underneath for a first down.
The freshman C.J. McBean, we knew he'd get some time behind Drew Speech in on the stop. Second and short, right at the 15. He's going to tuck it away and take off, and Harsin will dive ahead for a first down.
One of those plays where you're in bracket coverage, you're sitting back guarding for the slant, and no one's spying the quarterbacks. You have to. What happens is you have to have a linebacker spying the quarterback for those kind of leak out runs, and that's what Sharman was able to do. Harsin was able to do on that play.
Twins to both sides, 4 wide receivers set up on a first and goal. Harsin's going to fire the slant out of the hands of Duarte and intercepted. A New Mexico pick. David Murphy on the deflection. It's the second ball early in this game that Ian Duarte had in his hands and couldn't handle, and a huge sudden change play gives New Mexico a turnover at their own 1.
Absolutely opportunistic play right there. If you're the Lobos in the red zone, they're driving. Again, you got to catch that ball the first time. What you like though is that there was multiple Lobos in position right there. You're hawking around the ball. You're right where you're supposed to be, and that's how it happens. Murphy able to get the interception, and now the Lobos back in business inside the 1 yard line. What you see right there is the quarterback Harsin eyeing Duarte the entire time. You see his hands kind of go down, his eyes go to the left, and it kind of a quick bobble, and right where you're supposed to be to get that interception. You see the enthusiasm.
Murphy is one of those Lobos. There he is on the New Mexico sideline, who has stayed through 2 coaching changes. He's a 4th-year Lobo, arrived back in 2000.
Discover accommodations at their best at Santa Clara Casino Resort. Nestled in the beautiful Espanola Valley, just north of Santa Fe. Our stunning rooms and suites offer the perfect escape. Book your stay today at santaclara.com.
I'm not him. Sorry, guys. I'm not him. I'm not Jack.
Up top, let me Jack. Up top. Over here, just one more. One more before you go.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
It was here. G4. Okay, no. It says.
Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing.
Discover gaming at its best at Santa Clara Casino Resort. Exciting promotions every day of the week, plus luxury car giveaways every month. Don't miss out on your chance to win big. Play today at santaclara.com.
Back in Albuquerque, scoreless football game. Just under 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And there's the hero of the moment for the Lobos, David Murphy. Murph with the big interception. Johnny on the spot, Dontrell. He was literally in the right place at the right time. Might have been in position to make a tackle on Duarte, and then the ball was bouncing right toward him.
Absolutely. And again, if you have safety in numbers, have multiple people in the right position, they'll tell you that that's when those type of plays happen.
So New Mexico backed up. They'll show a pistol setup for the first play from their own 1. Motion Johnson across the formation and handed to Scott Trey Humphrey straight up the middle, and they move the pile. And he'll get all the way out near the 8-yard line. Very important first down pickup, Dontrell.
Yeah, absolutely. You see a little bit of the power right there. You see the power by Scott Trey. Straight downhill, bruiser runner, running through arm tackles. Exactly what the Lobos envisioned him when they got him from Montana State.
This is an Idaho State defense that has been gashed in the run game each of the first 2 weeks, Dontrell, giving up more than 310 rush yards per game. Humphrey trying to bounce it outside. Really nice form tackle there. as he was not able to turn the corner.
Yeah, you see Deshaun Martinez right there able to get to the edge, close the edge on Humphrey, and Humphrey usually runs through arm tackles, was not able to elude him there.
So, big third down for New Mexico coming up. 3rd and 4. Empty out the backfield. Now Lane will call Scottre Humphrey back in. Going to hand it off to Scottre. Scottre turns the corner this time, and he's got a first down. Out to the 18-yard line, move the chains. Jackson Irwin with the hit. New Mexico's first down. A nice hand from the faithful here at University Stadium, and it looks like a really nice opening day crowd down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You see Scottre coming from this end zone ankle here, getting on a stretch play. The key on short downs is to get first down, get north and south, and he was able to do that on that play.
DJ McKinney at tailback as Scottre Humphrey gets a breather. And McKinney's going to get a chance. Same play. And a gain of a yard.
And off to McKinney. Gain about 2. 2nd down and 8.
McKinney's the guy who threw the touchdown pass on the trick play last week at the Big House.
The execution by McKinney, the focus of that play, watching the ball off the turf and then dumping it in there in front of 100,000 plus was absolutely phenomenal.
Sam Houston transfer McKinney out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thomas, the tight end, will split wide to the boundary side. They're looking the other way. Lane fires, and Buckley makes the grab right near the 19. They'll give him progress to the 20-yard line. Wrapped up and brought down there.
Yeah, you want to try to get Lane comfortable as well. Can you be an opportunity to just go to the guy, look at your first read, then bounce off to your second read, and you see Buckley possessing that ball with the pressure. You know what's going to happen. You know you're going to get hit. You know you're going to get hit. Watch the ball in, possess that ball, help out your team.
Nathan Reynolds with another stop for Idaho State. Lobos in a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 3 at their own 20. Lane from the pocket. Near sideline, single coverage, looking for the tight end Thomas, and it looks like a flag will come out. Mason Young jockeying with Thomas. Might be pass interference.
Yeah, it's either going to be holding and or pass interference, both of which apply on this play. But again, that's Dorian Thomas, their nightmare matchup.
Last week it was the wide receiver, the transfer from Kansas State, who drew 3 pass interference penalties. This time it's Dorian Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they're going to go to their nightmare matchup, and they're going to try to exploit that, and you give him an opportunity, and he was beat. And so, again, there's where the penalty comes in. Anytime you're beat, they teach you. Just grab and hold and cheat, so it's not a touchdown.
Those mismatches you're talking about, how about 6'4", 240 against 5'10", 200 right there. Lane off the play fake, has a man wide open. He's got him. Bankston makes the grab at the 30. Bankston down the sideline and shoved out of bounds at the 11.
An absolutely beautiful call right there by Coach Slice. You have the wheel route. That's what you see here, folks, is the taking advantage of what the defense gives you. You show them a play to the top, and then you come out the backside to one of your speedy your speedy running backs who are really good catching the ball, all of which had caught a ball last week at Michigan.
And all 4 of the Lobo running backs led their teams last year in rushing. They've garnered the nickname the Rushmore 4. Bankston did it at Weber State. Adjusting the spot. Lobos have 1st and goal. Bankston remains in the game at tailback. 2 tight ends set up this time with that matchup nightmare Thomas in the slot left. They're looking for the fade for Dorian, and it's incomplete. Again, coverage from Mason Young, and a little bit too far for the outstretched arms of DT.
if you're Lane right there, you got to give DT an opportunity, have him an opportunity to go jump up. You see right here, plenty of time. He'll want this throw back. And if you don't give him an opportunity to make what we call a mossing catch, and you go up there and head top him and moss him, if you got to give him an opportunity to make a play on that.
Pistol setup. The tailback remains Bankston, and he's going to get a chance. Bankston pushes the pile down near the 6, where it'll be 3rd and goal, Lobos.
Yeah, again, you have Damon Bankston in there. He's one of your burners, but you have multiple opportunities right here. If you're the Lobos, what are you thinking here? Are you thinking, make a statement? Am I going for it on 4th down if I don't get it? But again, you have a couple opportunities with your big banger, number 22, if you put him back in the game, to punch one in.
The market just inside the 7, so Scott Trey Humphrey back in at tailback, next to his captain and quarterback Jack Lane, the Idaho transfer. They played against each other last year in the Big Sky. Now they're teammates for New Mexico. Lane settles into the pocket. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off, looking for the pylon. He gets there. Lobo touchdown. Jack Lane, New Mexico 6, Idaho State 0.
And what you see right there, Robert, is Jack Lane waiting and trying to throw the ball, not really wanting to run right there, but the Idaho State Bengals are sitting back, pretending or waiting and not knowing what to do, and then he just uses his feet. And you see it right here, waiting and waiting, and he's like, okay, am I going to throw it? What am I going to do? You know what? I'm just going to put my shoulder down, be tough for my teammates, and we know how tough he is from last week, do we not, Robert?
He took hit after hit after hit against a roster full of NFL athletes at the Big House against the Michigan Wolverines, and he never wavered. They're going to review this play. All scoring plays, of course, get reviewed, and they want to take an extra long look right here to make sure that Lane got there. But you knew when he tucked it away that there was going to be a collision at the goal line.
And he knew it. And that's the thing I love about this kid. He knew there was going to be a collision. He said, listen, I'm gonna do what I have to do. You can do what you have to do, and may the best man win. We'll see if the ball crosses the plane as we're getting another look at it right here. Looks like it's going to be close. His left shoulder looks like it's going in toward the pylon, and the ball's in the right hand. If he can switch it to his left hand, it's a touchdown. We'll see what they see.
If you switch it to the left hand in that situation, then it's in danger of getting knocked out, Dontrell, right?
No guts, no glory, but you also have an opportunity to maybe score it right there. But I'm okay with what he did there, and we'll see what the call is.
One more look. I think he's really smart not to tuck that football away on the left-hand side, Dontrell. Keep it clean, because you've got another down to play with.
There you go. And like always, has to be indisputable evidence that shows that it was not the call on the field. And we've had a lot of experience with that over the years.
So Lane, with a passing touchdown last week in Ann Arbor, now has his first rushing touchdown of the season. And the Lobos' 4-year starting place kicker Luke Drizwicki is ready for the PAT. It hits the left upright and deflects in. The Lobos will take it. New Mexico 7, Idaho State 0. We are back right after this on Altitude Sports.
With the Mountain West app, it's your game, your way. Designed for superfans like you, so that you'll never miss a play. We've got you covered with free access to thousands of Mountain West games, from your phone to the big screen. Stream live games, watch highlights, and unlock exclusive content anytime. Download the app today.
Mix 100.
Live and local with Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning.
I love you guys. I love this morning show. You guys bring so much energy.
Thank you, I'm going to save that audio and send it to the boss.
Yeah. Denver's best music.
Mix.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning. Denver's best music all day. Mix 100.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Brock Nelson punch, Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Football is presented by Intermountain Health, helping people live the healthiest lives possible, and by Ford Trucks. Build better, build stronger, built Ford tough. It's a party at University Stadium, and there's one thing New Mexicans know how to do, Dontrell, it's throw a party. And with the new Louis Lane in effect here at University Stadium, this year there was a big-time pregame tailgate party, and the party has started. The Lobos are on the board first. They're up 7-0, and Grant Glasgow's ready to kick it off.
There you go. Fernando Lobo, the athletic director, has implemented a lot of things to create the fan experience, and here we are.
Here comes Duarte, and he'll dive across the 20. Idaho State possession, trailing by 7. The Lobos went 10 plays, 98 yards, and it took 5 minutes. And they did it all after the turnover at the 2 off the pick. Idaho State was looking like it would score first today.
Yeah, they were driving. They were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. They throwing it out of the backfield to Sudbury and to all, you know, their committee of backs, and the Lobos stayed on. And again, the reality is don't bend. You can bend, but don't break.
Harsin at quarterback to start this series. Fires it left side to Morgan. Morgan turns the corner out of bounds. Pick up a 4. 2nd and 6.
Again, I like what Idaho State is trying to do. They're trying to get the ball out, right? If it's not your quarterback that's been starting the first couple of games, was playing well, was out with injury, get them comfortable throwing, and that's what you see.
First quarter will come to a close here in the land of enchantment. The Lobos are on the board first. It's New Mexico 7, Idaho State 0. Second quarter is next.
Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
At the University of New Mexico's Anderson School of Management, you'll find the graduate education, support, and connections to elevate your career. Apply today for one of the University of New Mexico's master's degrees in Business Administration, MBA and Executive MBA, Project Management, Accounting, Cybersecurity, and Business Analytics. High quality, affordable, flexible, online, or in person, where Lobos do business.
I could get used to this.
Me too.
Whether it's a staycation, a playcation, or that adventure you've been dreaming about for years, there's something special about making it happen together. When you save with intention, even the smallest moments feel big. At Lucenda Credit Union, we're here to help you create the moments that matter most.
Lobos on top of Idaho State 7-0. There's the new head man in Albuquerque, Jason Eck, 25-year coaching veteran. Has his team in front in his first game at University Stadium. Idaho State ball. Second and medium. Harson's going to pull it and keep it here in the zone read. And get near the 30. Pickup of 7. Just shy of the line to gain. Third and short coming up. Taiwan McCray with the tackle.
Yeah, just showing a different wrinkle right there. You're going to not always give it to your back. You have to keep the defense honest. Can I give? Can I read? It's just called the zone read. And I'm reading the end man on the line of scrimmage.
Jackson Sharman back at quarterback. The sophomore out of Torrance, California. Down LA area. 4 wide receivers set up on a 3rd and 1. He's going to pull it and keep it, and he's got a first down. Dives near the 32 to move the chains for the Bengals.
And so much about football and playing quarterback is making good decisions. You see him, I pull it quick. He was decisive with his decision making, and that's how he was able to pick up the first down.
Titan Mason, the freshman tailback there. In that mesh on the zone read. Now the motion, Mason out of the backfield. Swing it to him. See if they can get it blocked up here on the edge. He'll cut it back. Pretty nice tackle there for New Mexico on the near side. Dimitri Johnson able to dig his feet in and get to the feet of the ball carrier and trip him up.
What you see right here is Idaho State running like a bubble with their back Mason. And again, you see multiple Lobos in position flying to the football. Coach Smith talked about that. Getting multiple people to the ball at all times is an essential part of whether you're going to play good defense or not.
There's the Rohnert Park kid, Dimitri Johnson. That's up North Bay area. Here's the true freshman now. Trying to turn the corner. And he'll get shoved out of bounds on the far sideline. Very nice pursuit over there for New Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely. To see Jameer Torres right there flowing and flowing and flowing, getting blocked and getting held and getting off the block. It's going to happen. Any defensive player will tell you the offense always cheats, always holds, but you got to stay on and get off keep your outside arm free. And he was able to keep his outside arm free.
Third and 6 at the 35. This is Sharman. Deep in route and a great diving catch made there by Mike Shulikov. Shulikov, originally his scholarship at Idaho State was as a high jumper.
Yeah. But you see his focus right there. He's just one of the best athletes on the field. 6'4", 245, just a huge human being who can jump out of the gym. And again, football wasn't even his thing. Like you said, it was high jump, and he showed his ability to focus and catch the football there.
Said he always loved football, wanted to get back to it. Finally did after 2 years on the track team. Twins to both sides in Lobo territory. 1st and 10. Inside give. A lot of room for Brett Spencer, the converted quarterback. He'll pick up 9 to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Robert, and that was one of those X factors that I talked about earlier, is where he's going to play Brett Spencer. He's going to play quarterback, running back, do all the things, and you see him just hitting the gas right there, picking up a huge gain.
Drew Speech with the tackle. Another inside give. He's going to elude the first tackle. Spencer will be gang tackled after that. But he'll move the sticks. Bengal first down. CJ Johnson in on the hit.
It's always good to have those X-factor type players, those Taysom Hill type guys who can do it all. And you see again Spencer right there doing what he does best, is running with the football.
His OC buddy Blevins called him triple threat Brett. Throw here. Sharman on the run. Perfect delivery. Did he get a foot down? He did. The 14-yard line. Damian Morgan brings it in. And the fans at University Stadium thought he was out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to try to get up and run a play, but just a corner route there. And maybe he did get a foot, drag that foot, but they won't be able to check.
Hand it off really quickly. Brett Spencer nailed at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 from the 14. That's something you practice,
Absolutely.
isn't it, Dontrell? Getting right back to the line of scrimmage and getting another play up before replay can get a good look at it.
Yeah, being technical and tactical with that can help you in football games. If you're not able to get up and run a play, then the other team gets to replay, check out the replay and see if they want to protest it or not.
Spencer fully in the running back room now, according to his head coach Hawkins. Remains at tailback with Sharman. Second and 9. Sharman's going to keep it. Nothing there. Buried at the line of scrimmage. That's Xavier Slayton, the Idaho transfer.
And you see Robert just staying on the football. Slayton, multiple people blocking you, multiple effort plays are how you get more playing time in football. Your coach sees you get effort, get you flying to the ball. You see his technique, keeping that outside arm free, and then exploding to the ball carrier for no gain.
Slayton's brother Chris played in the NFL. The Giants, Bills, among others. 3rd and 9 at the New Mexico 14. Lobos get pressure, but they get it out in time. This is Mason, the freshman, and he's out of bounds near side at the 10. It'll bring up 4th down, and let's see if the field goal unit comes on.
Again, I don't know if that's a get out of trouble. We used to call that GOT, meaning a running back or a receiver. If you see the quarterback under pressure, you just get out of trouble and show your pass to him. But he was had a lot of heat coming downhill, able to get that out just in the nick of time.
Great job by Abe Williams disengaging and getting the shove that pushed him out of bounds. Trey Sinatra is the place kicker. And it is good. 27 yards for Sinatra, and Idaho State is on the board. It's 7-3 UNM at University Stadium.
New Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Brock Nelson punts, Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Mix 100. Live and local with Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning.
I love you guys. I love this morning show. You guys bring so much energy.
Thank you, I'm going to save that audio and send it to the boss.
Yeah. Denver's best music. Mix.
Everybody at the bar getting tips.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning. Denver's best music all day. Mix 100.
Best Friends Animal Society is working to ensure that every dog and cat in the country has a safe place to call home. Home. Just like Superman, you can use your power for good. Join us. Visit bestfriends.org to adopt an out-of-this-world pet near you. Together, we will save them all.
Back in Albuquerque, Lobos 7, Idaho State 3. There's Cody Hawkins. The coach's son becomes the coach, and now dad works on his staff. His 3rd year as the head man of the Bengals. 5-7 a year ago, and that's the most in quite a while. 2018, in fact. They had a struggling program when he took it over.
Just gotta love him. Yeah, listen, getting the opportunity to talk to him, Robert. You just love his journey, where he's been, the things that he's gone through. And he said something that was really cool. He said, I'm never going to put product over people. And I just absolutely thought that was fantastic. That means he's doing things the right way, the right time, and wish him nothing but the best.
His father is his director of player and staff development. He also has helped out with some on-field stuff. He helped the special teams unit last year become one of the best in the Big Sky Conference. They're the Lobos return men, Bankston and Williams. Williams, one of the best to ever do it at the FCS level. They're not even going to give him a chance. A little pooch kick will be fielded at the 32 cleanly. The Lobos drive, the last time they had the football, Dottrell, a 98-yard monster that started with this pick right down here deep in the red zone by David Murphy.
Yeah, this is kind of, the biggest portion of the game we're seeing here, where the Lobos were able to bend but not break in the red zone, come up with a great fortuitous bounce in the interception. Here's the thing, you get the interception on the half-yard line, 98 or 1 yard line, and what do you do with it? They matriculate the ball down the field. They go to Bankston, they go to Humphrey. They do so many things. They throw the back wheel route and end up getting the touchdown.
Yeah, the big wheel route to Banks for 55 yards, and then Lane with his first rushing touchdown of the year. Lane wants to throw on first down. Little hitch to Cody Keith, the tight end. He'll take it in at the 34 and spill to the 35 for a pickup of 4 to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and the progression you want to see Lane make from last week to this week is what is he going to do with his reads? Is he going to have more time to throw? Standing there being confident with your feet, and that's what you want to see if you're the Lobos, a confident Mr. Lane.
My apologies to Mr. Keith. Cade Keith, the Lobo tight end. He has really taken to his tight ends coach, Coach Elliott. Says he's a father figure. Inside give to Scottrey Humphrey here, and he'll power ahead to the 39 to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
And what you see there is just a little wrinkle where you snap it directly to Scottrey, and he fakes the motion to Lane just to kind of give him a little wrinkle, and then he pops it up inside there and is able to get almost a 1st down.
Lobos will do that on occasion, give you the wildcat look. Scottrey taking the snap there. Now he'll take his place on the left hip of Lane on a 3rd and 2 at the 39, and he'll get the give, and he has a huge seam. Bounce it outside, and Scottrey is all alone. This will be a Lobo touchdown.
Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Lobos. Can the big guys up front fit that up like they're supposed to, and then you give it to your guy who you're expecting big things from. He makes one cut, hits the X button, as the kids say on the video games, and hits it beautifully up in there. What I like, Robert, is just staying tight, what we call that, staying tight to the line of scrimmage and then bouncing out and using your speed. House call for Mr. Humphrey.
61 yards for Scottrey Humphrey, and he finds pay dirt as a New Mexico Lobo for the first time. So his dad is Scott. His oldest brother is Scott. Dad didn't want another Scott. He wanted to put a little fun twist on it, so he decided on Scottrey. Drizwicki's PAT, much better this time. He splits the pipes, and the Lobos are on top by a count of 14-3. Scottrey Humphrey concludes a 69-yard Lobo drive with a 61-yard scamper. New Mexico up by 11 on Altitude Sports.
You're a fan. You've noticed the Lobos are looking good this year. Epic media days. Killer intro videos. Meet the team behind your team. Half-Life has been the top commercial production company in New Mexico for over 20 years, bringing Hollywood's production values to the Southwest top brands. Half-Life is proud to be the official production company partner of the Lobos. Half-Life, serve the story.
Outdoor TV will never be the same thanks to the new Game and Fish TV.
Now that's what we're talking about.
It's all free, all adventure, all the time.
Oh, that's amazing.
World-class outdoor TV for free.
What's not to like?
No one saw this coming, except, well, us. And maybe him.
I want a river dance so bad up here.
Game and Fish TV. All free, always. Watch now on GameandFishTV.com and your favorite streaming platforms.
The new Altitude Plus is here, and it's loaded. New look, new features, new shows. Watch up to 4 feeds at once. Chat it up, talk your talk right in the app. If you live for Avalanche hockey, Altitude Plus is your season pass. What are you waiting for?
Let's go, baby! Sign up at altitudeplus.com.
Those are the big boys that make it happen. The New Mexico offensive line. You know, with the Lobos now up 14-3, Dontrell, there's a rules change this year that permits the use of sideline technology, and both teams get access to iPad Pros and iPad Airs. They can look at multiple angles in game, coaches and players both, and make real-time adjustments. Amazing.
I think that's an awesome addition.
Another booming kickoff from Grant Glasgow. Okay, let's get a word from Apple.
Want to talk Mountain West football with a friend? Just tell Siri, call Jesse on speakerphone.
New Mexico on top 14-3. Midway through the second, you can see those iPads in play on both sidelines. What if you had that kind of technology back in the day, D-Train?
It would have been absolutely spectacular. You get an opportunity to see where the zones are, see where the holes are, see where you can exploit some mismatches, and just an awesome addition to football.
Harsin at quarterback. Slayton tracks him down, but Harsin gets to the 30 before Jackson Eck finishes him off. Give him 3.
Yeah, just the coverage, great coverage right there. You see Harsin getting down low, trying to protect himself before the big hit.
Looks like forward progress of 4. Sharman back at quarterback in place of Harsin. Single setback. Motion Duarte. And look for Duarte. And find Duarte. And a first down for Duarte. Eck knocks him out of bounds. Flag comes out late. Let's see about the infraction.
Just like a bubble screen right there where you have to have your receivers blocking, and if you're a Lobo and you're coming downhill, they may be holding, trying to get to the ball carrier. We'll see.
Offense number 14, 2-yard penalty. We play second half.
That's that 6'6" wideout, Mike Shulikov. Idaho product from Boise. Yeah, you can see he's got a little bit too much of the man that he was engaged with.
What they teach right there is once that player gets by, you just got to let him go.
Marked from the spot, so 2nd and 10. Throw it out in the flat. Very nice move on the edge and knocked out of bounds on the far side. Near the 30, Eck with the hit on the true freshman Titan Mason. Nice feet here, Dontrell.
Yeah, you see Mason right there setting him up. We call that the 1-2 step, and you see him undress him right there on the sideline. Almost picks up the first down.
Nice sound effects, partner. Trips to the left, single wide to the right. There's a look at the true freshman Mason. They like him. St. George, Utah. Short ride from Las Vegas, by the way, St. George.
Played some golf there.
Sharman's going to tuck it away and take off, and he doesn't get the block. And there's Murphy coming up with the hit. So Murph was the man that kind of got undressed a little bit on the previous play by Mason. This time, Mason tried to get a block on him, and Murph said, no, sir, and made the hit.
And then, Robert, that was a designed quarterback run, a quarterback draw right there. Murph said, no, I'm getting off the block, and I'm just going to lay the wood and lay the hit right there. And I preach this as athletes. When you're a defender, you have to keep that outside arm free so you get all your help coming from the underneath. And Lobo's able to get off the field on 3rd down and force the punt.
Punt formation for Idaho State. Gabe Russo's second hit. It's a short one. Bounces out of bounds on the far sideline, and the Lobos will take over there. Lobo head football coach Jason Eck said no moral victories last week, Dontrell. You went to Michigan to win, but several things he was extremely happy with. You can see the acumen from his 3 seasons at Idaho. Unprecedented success there in recent history. He loved his team's toughness against the Wolverines. He felt like his defensive line was not mauled by the offensive line of Michigan, and that can happen. They can sure run the ball. And his team stood toe-to-toe in front of 110,000.
And that comes from him. You know, he's really liked around these parts. You can tell he has an attitude. He has a winning culture. And to a man, they love what they see from him.
DJ McKinney met after a pickup of 2.
Hand off to McKinney. In a 2. Second down and 8.
And it's an attitude. Running the football is an attitude. Coach Eck has an attitude, the former offensive lineman, right? You know his attitude getting downhill, and that's what they're going to try to employ, not only in this game, but all season long.
DJ McKinney stays in the backfield alongside Eck. DJ, by the way, stands for Dion Jr. And Jr. will get another try. Look at him fight through tackles, and he's got a Lobo first down to the 46-yard line. That's all effort and heart right there.
Effort, heart, again, all the sentiments from your coaching staff, your offensive line coach running through feet. You see him right there exploding through one ball carrier, breaking a tackle, keeping his feet moving. All good running backs will know you keep your feet moving through contact.
Another chance for McKinney. Look at the dance step in the hole. And he's to the 45 of Idaho State, pickup of 9. And the Lobo run game is starting to get some legs.
That's exactly what you want to do. You get that legs running, you get those offensive linemen downhill, twinkle toes. Mr. McKinney right there, left to the right. Get upfield, almost picked up the first down.
Conference USA Freshman of the Year at Sam Houston. Wide open man is Keegan Johnson. Caught at the 36, out of bounds, far sideline with a New Mexico first down inside the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, good. Mr. Lane staying tough right there in the pocket. Had some pressure coming in and was able to stand back right there. You see McKinney, the running back, you're asked to pick up in coverage. If you don't block well, then you can't get those deep balls. McKinney gets just enough on him to be able to get the throw off and pick up the first down.
Johnson played all but 3 of the 82 offensive snaps last week at Michigan. There's a chance for Day Buchanan, out of bounds after a pickup of 2. One of those 4 Lobo rushers who led their team a season ago in rushing. He did it for his head coach, Jason Eck, at Idaho. Had a 200-plus yard game against Portland State last year.
Yeah, and in talking to Coach Eck early in this season, he talked about this room, the running back room, that four-headed monster that you alluded to, being the best room on the team, and you're seeing a little bit of that today.
The captain, Lane, at quarterback, 2nd and 8. 35 of the Bengals. Throws behind Thomas and nearly intercepted. Decker Hagler was there. He threw behind Dorian Thomas. Now 3rd and long.
Yeah, here's why. When quarterbacks throw behind their quarterbacks, you're either off on timing, you're anticipating where they might be, and you throw where they were and not where they're going. You have to be able to throw where they are going and lead them, even if there's somebody, in that window. And if you're the tight end, Dorian Thomas, in that situation, you have to sit down in coverage or sit down and give him a window to throw to.
Sit down in the open spot.
Sit down in the open spot.
There's Thomas motioning right to left. The tight end will stand in the slot. Lane looking to throw. It's a little screen. It's Thomas. Thomas will bounce it outside. He's got a first down, and more. The ball is out, and it's scooped up by Idaho State. Knocked down at the 48-yard line after the turnover. Day Buchanan with a huge tackle. It looked like Tuioti scooped it up.
Yeah, and what you see right there, they had a beautiful play set up, Robert, just the screen, double screen, and Thomas is running free. But again, you have to put that ball away in coverage. And as all defenders know, you come up behind someone and you follow them up, and they was able to swipe that ball down.
Credit to Cameron Willis, their outstanding defensive end. He has had a sack in each of the first 2 football games for Idaho State. And there you can see Lobo head coach Jason Eck, the pat on the head for Dorian Thomas.
Yeah, you know you're going to need him. He's one of your best players, your Coach Eck. I remember those, you coming off. I had a fumble against UNLV, and I remember being down, and they said, no, we need you. There's a lot of football to be played, and that's what Coach Eck is telling him. Just lock in, put that ball away, and we're going to come back to you, big fella.
Taylor Tuioti with the scoop. 23-yard return. 15 yards. After the whistle on the personal foul, backs him up to their 33. Harson at quarterback, fires over the middle, caught at the 37. Eck with the hit. Catch made by Damian Morgan.
Yeah, you see again, just the GOT. Harsin has kind of been the main guy here the last few series, and maybe they're going to go in him. They set in with him, but now he has an opportunity to get comfortable and get into a rhythm. We know what this offense is going to do. They're going to be 4 wides a lot, and again, the Lobos have to be up to the task.
We'll take the 2-minute timeout with them. Lobos 14, Idaho State 3 on Altitude Sports.
Turns out, caffeine can be tasty. Tasty caffeine is the new standard. With 17 flavors to choose from, find your flavor today.
The Denver Nuggets Basketball Academy is growing the game of basketball in our community by empowering youth and giving them the necessary skills to become athletes and leaders. The Academy hosts several clinics and camps each year. All programs are led by Academy professionals focused on providing top-tier instruction. For more information on programs and to get the latest updates, visit nuggets.com/youth, and don't forget to sign up for the Kids Club newsletter.
Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Now get this low zero down lease on a built Ford Tough F-150 for just $479 a month, only at your local Ford stores.
The student section is out in full force here at University Stadium this afternoon. A direct appeal from head football coach Jason Eck and athletic director Fernando Lovo. And the student tickets that were out earlier this week, we knew it was going to be a great turnout, Dontrell.
Yeah, the initiative to get them out here has paid off, and they're out here in droves right now, and that's good for the Lobos.
Harsin takes off on a 2nd and 5, and the quarterback on the keeper across the 45 to the 47 for a first down for Idaho State.
Just that zone read that they've been running, you read in the end man on the line of scrimmage. If he comes in tight, you pull it, and if he stays upfield, you give it to the running back.
Trips to the left, and he's looking that way. Harsin fires it short. Looking out here for Ian Duarte in the flat.
Timing you see right there is Harsin throwing off his back foot. You're making a long throw from hash to boundary, hash to sideline. You have to step into that throw, and just wasn't able to do it.
2nd and 10 at their own 47. Harsin with time against 4-man pressure, has it batted down at the line of scrimmage. That's penetration by Keyshawn James Newby, and Newby got a pull up in the air and knocked it down.
Absolutely what you teach, what you tell all defensive linemen. If you can't get all the way to the quarterback, get that paw up there as high as you can, and James Newby was able to get that and get that deflection.
James Newby's father played at Idaho State. That's where his parents met. But he wanted to play at Idaho after he finished at Montana Tech because it was a better program.
Yeah, made the transition.
3rd and 10. That's Duarte in motion. Harsin rolling to his left. Throws across his body, has his man. Caught for a first down. Tackle missed all the way to the 30-yard line for Zion Nunnally, the Washington State transfer. Didn't play in the first game. 82 receiving yards on 5 catches against Southern Utah last week.
Yeah, and they really are big on him and his ball skills and his ability to catch. And you see it right there, the hands, the concentration to keep that ball and catch that ball in traffic and to get some yards after the catch.
And to snap it, look for the deep shot, single coverage, back corner of the end zone, and a little push off before the catch is made. It'll go for a touchdown to Duarte, and it looked like he might have used his arms to get some separation, Dontrell.
Yeah, you see the extension right there, and I don't know if that was, not enough for them to see, but again, you allow some motion, you allow some hand touching down there, and they typically, don't call it. But again, if it gives you an opportunity to advantage on the play, then it's an offensive pass interference, but they don't call it there. And then you see on the replay, there was a clear extension, and that is offensive pass interference by Shulikov there, right there, and, didn't call it, and they got the touchdown.
It is indeed Shulikov, the big 6'6" target, who has tremendous ball skills, and he showed it right there. And that's what you do when you have a guy of his size, Dontrell. Throw it up and let him go get it. Jump ball,
as the kids would say, he was head-topped, or he was mossed. And, again, he was cheating on the play, and they did not call it, and you got a touchdown.
PAT for Sinatra. One more peek.
And, again, I'm all for, letting people play, letting them, have some fun down in there. You get a kind of an end view right there, but again, initial view, you can see him extend out over and create that space is what you need as a receiver when you get pushed off.
30-yard touchdown reception. What a matchup that is on the outside, Dontrell. You've got the 6'6" Shulikov one-on-one against the Lobos' best covered corner, 6'1" Abraham Williams. And Abe was right there. Abe had a hand on the ball. Those strong hands for Shulikov.
And when you have two good players, like you just mentioned, Robert, the way you kind of win those battles is what? Doing something that gives you the advantage, and that's the push off there, not to harp on it, but the reality is you have to find those extra advantage plays. I remember linebackers used to hold my jersey and when I'm doing an option route and do those things, and most of the time they're not going to call it. And in that situation, they typically call it if they feel like it gave them an advantage. But, again, lucky to have it not called, and they end up getting the touchdown.
Lobos anticipating a short kickoff again. Williams standing at his 15. And this one sails well over the head of the Lobo deep man, Damon Bankston, for a touchback.
And if you're the Lobos here, you stay the course. You stay what what you've been doing. You go to that pancake express that I talked about in the keys to victory, and you kind of impose your will, if you will, on the Bengals and see what happens. No panic here. And if you're Idaho State, you like where you are in this football game, and you're going to try to create some pressure and get to those bare fronts, which are 5 down linemen, one over the center, and try to create some pressure. We'll see what gives here, Robert.
Both teams right around 200 yards of total offense so far. And the Lobo lead is 4. Lane looking to throw. Has a wide open man, Johnson. And Johnson can't make the grab at the 25, but he was tackled before the ball got there by Mason Young. And Keegan Johnson is down.
What a throw by Lane there. That was an absolute bomb on the post route. And Keegan catches that ball if he's not tackled at the ankles right as the ball is getting there.
Keegan Johnson, the Kansas State transfer, got behind the defense.
And he'll tell you he'll still want to catch that ball, follow that all the way into the eyes. It was a a corner post where you fake into the flag and then you go inside on the post route, and literally he was tackled before the ball got there. But looking back, I bet you he'll say, I should have caught that ball.
If he had, it would have been a spectacular catch. And man, did he come down hard on his right knee, Dontrell.
And that's what happens,
that
that
right
weight
knee hit the turf.
Yep, bruised knee. And the kids today, they wear those knee pads up. I used to have the biggest knee pads covering my knee to protect myself, but hopefully he's okay.
Young probably saved a touchdown. Lane hit from behind and sacked back at the 30-yard line. Jackson Irwin got backside pressure.
Yep, and that's that internal clock there. Got to have your internal clock right there. If you're Lane, the edge blocker, your tackle gets beat.
The It'll be 2nd and 19 with 42 seconds left till intermission. The Lobos will take their first of 3 available first half timeouts.
Please reset the game clock to 44 seconds.
Got it.
So what are you drawing up here? 2nd and 19. Your opponent has its full allotment of timeouts. You don't want to give them the ball back with any time to do something here before the end of the half. But you're up against the chains here on 2nd and long.
Yeah, I think for me, I think you have double move on the outside just to case that the Idaho State Bengals are looking in the backfield, and then you know, something toward the sideline, and you're trying to pick up a first down, and you got to be greedy here, in my opinion. Whatever you're drawing up has to think first down and try to get some points on the board before half.
Looks like Idaho State might be playing coverage, just showing 3-man pressure right now. They will only bring 3. And they get pressure with 3 up the middle, and they get a sack. Bronson Childs.
What you see there with Idaho State, what they're showing is they have 3 down linemen, and then they back. And then they back out late, and all that happens is you confuse the Lobo offensive lineman. You think there's going to be 5 coming, and you prepare for 5. And then only 3 come, and they just come scot-free. So communication, Coach Eck talked to us about that, right? The communication areas, and you know, who's going to communicate and talk, and you have your own protection and your blitz pickups, and you have to point, and the center is the captain on that line and calling out those plays. But again, they were fooled by the Bengals on that one.
And now the Idaho State called timeout, and the likelihood that you're going to have to play defense again if you're UNM. This play about flipping some field position if you can?
It is. If you call that play against Michigan that they threw up late, you know, to switch the fields where they weren't trying to get it. And typically in these plays, you run to do a screen, a low risk, high reward type play.
.38 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd and 27. Here goes Scottre Humphrey. Across the original line of scrimmage, out to the 42-yard line. And that might put Scottre over 100 yards rushing on the day.
And like I said, Robert, lower risk, high reward for the Lobos. You give it to number 22, lower risk, potential high reward, and they get a huge chunk of that back.
.31 seconds left. Late second quarter. The Aussie punter Daniel Hughes on. There he is. He played for the Victorian Football League. Their Northern Bull Ants. Hughes gets it away. Fair catch made by Duarte. Outstanding punt by the Aussie. 25 ticks remaining. Good hang time on that one for Hughes. And a long way to go for Idaho State with 1 timeout left.
If you're Idaho State here, for me, you're semi-aggressive. You take 1 shot, and if you get something big, then you're on the ball. If you don't get something, then you run out the clock and you get to the locker room.
40-yarder there for Hughes. Coach Eck talked about it. Wanted to see better hang time from Hughes this weekend than last, and that one certainly delivered. Forced the fair catch.
Yeah, it's huge. If you can get hang time, you get that coverage team an opportunity to get down there.
This is Harsin rolling to his left. Chased from behind, escapes, and he's loose. Eludes McCray and dives across the 30. Near the 32 or 3.
And that's just Harsin making something out of nothing. They try a roll out to the left and a double move, like I said, and he just was able to scramble and pick up a gain.
Clock rolling to 10 seconds now, 8 seconds, As Harsin fires right side, back shoulder. That's Duarte. Did he get the toe tap? He did. Mark it at the 48 of UNM with 4 seconds left.
Yeah, right there, if you're Harsin, you're just trying to get a few yards so you can be able to get one in the Hail Mary, but you see him just standing in the pocket all the time, no pressure, and looks like he gets a toe down right at the last second. Now gives him an opportunity to make a 50 or 55-yard throw as opposed to a 60 or 65-yard throw into the end zone.
So the first toe was down in bounds. But I'm wondering if the second toe hit out of bounds before he actually had possession of the ball.
I would agree with that. Like you said, the initial toe was there, but did he not have the ball? And by the time he had full possession, was both feet up in the air. So we'll get an opportunity to take a look at it and see where he is on the sideline. Yeah, it's going to be close. Again, you have to go with what the call was on the field, which was a catch.
So the left foot is down. I think he might have possession
I think
before
the
other
catch.
one hits out of bounds.
Yeah, it'll be hard to overturn.
Not enough video evidence.
Yeah. And if you see if that's a great view there. And if they're simultaneously touching, then it's not a catch. But would they be looking at that, right? If the right foot is in and the left foot is dragging the white at the same time, it wouldn't be a catch.
Just 4 seconds remaining. That's only time for one play. And you're not in field goal range here. But you can throw the Hail Mary or the Big Ben setup with multiple wide receivers to one side.
Big Ben setup, huh? Was he the only one to do it?
We've talked about that many times,
no doubt.
the old Big Ben.
Yep, that's what it's called. It's not necessarily Roethlisberger. And what
do you think?
Yeah, for me, Robert, I think it's going to be hard to overturn it because of the call. And I do think the right foot, I think the right foot is down.
It's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Incomplete. So what I think they determined in that situation is that the left foot was simultaneously touching the white while the right foot was inbound, so therefore cannot be a complete pass.
So move it back to the 33. And they've got time for one more play. Stay with us at halftime. Great opportunity here from your Lobo men's basketball coach, Eric Olin. He's going to join us at the break. Lobos will set up deep, and Idaho State will hand it off. Out of bounds as the clock expires goes Carson Sudbury, and that'll put an end to the first half. "30 minutes in the books, the Lobos 14 and Idaho State 10, and we're hopeful to get a chance to talk with Lobo head man Jason Eck before he heads into the locker room. What are your impressions of the first half, Dontrell? The Lobos with 200 total yards of offense. Idaho State with 227. Pretty evenly matched first half.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want if you want to come out and watch a college football game. You know, Idaho State doing what they do, running the ball a little better probably than they anticipated. The Lobos doing what they are attempting to do and want to do, which is run the football. So we'll see what gives, and the team that makes the best adjustments after halftime is the team that's going to win. But, again, a good college football game. You see what you came to see, and both teams are doing what they have anticipated or wanted to do.
There were a couple of big sudden change plays in the first half. One of them, Dorian Thomas, for a first down, had the ball knocked out. We're joined by Lobo head football coach Jason Eck. Coach Eck, your thoughts on the first half here this afternoon?
We got to execute better. You know, we had a crucial turnover there when we were in scoring position. We got to do a better job on third down, getting off the field as well.
Coach, simply put, we talk about the big guys up front. What do you want to see better out of them in the second half, both in the run game and the passing game?
Well, we definitely got to protect better. I think we've had some nice runs, but we definitely got to protect better, keep Jack upright.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks, folks.
Lobo head man Jason Eck, his first home game as the head coach of the University of New Mexico. All right, time for us to get to a halftime timeout. Stay with us. New Mexico head men's basketball coach Eric Olin will join us. We come back to Albuquerque after this. The Lobos on top of visiting Idaho State 14-10 at the half on Altitude Sports. Come on. Jack.
I'm not him. Sorry, guys. I'm not him. I'm not Jack. Up top, let me Jack. Up top. Over here, just one more. One more before you go.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
It was here. G4. Okay, no. Where is it?
Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing. Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX, 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
It was here. G4. Okay, no. Where is it?
Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Well, Nelson Punch, let us go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Mix 100. Live and local with Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning.
I love you guys. I love this morning show. You guys bring so much energy.
Thank you, I'm going to save that audio and send it to the boss.
Yeah. Denver's best music. Mix.
Everybody at the bar getting
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning. Denver's best music all day. Mix 100.
All right, Max. Today's the big day. First day on the job. Time to shine. I got this, right? I wonder if I should have gone with a bow tie. Nah. This tie says professional, but approachable. Perfect combo for a guide dog. I hope my human is kind and loving. 2 years of training, hard work, and fun. Now it's showtime. If I can handle that cat, I can handle anything. Especially with this tie. Okay, tie. Let's show them what we're made of. Wait, what are ties made of? Silk? Polyester? Who cares? I've got this. All right, I'm ready.
Discover how extraordinary guide dogs like Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Welcome back to Albuquerque and University Stadium, the home opener for New Mexico, and they lead visiting Idaho State 14-10. Earlier this week, I had a chance to sit down with Lobo men's basketball coach Eric Olin. Here's that conversation. We're joined by Lobo men's basketball coach Eric Olin. Coach Olin, it's great to be with you. First off, how are things going?
Things are good. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here, and we're back here in the fall. We had a good summer, and we're just working every day.
Great opportunity for us to get a chance to talk with Coach Olin as his team is back on the court with the start of classes. I guess the first question, how did summer workouts go as you got your team together? All of them new faces. How did it go?
It went well. We made progress. I think progress is never linear. So we had our good days and good weeks and our not so good. But at the same time, I think where we started and where we
so there is a little continuity there. But meshing all of these new personalities from so many different places had to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, and that's an ongoing process. I think if you watch us practice right now, hopefully, fast forward a couple months, you'll see a much more connected group, and that's not just on the court. I think shared experiences, time together is all a factor in that. So that's something beyond the basketball that we're thinking about all the time, and how we really turn this into a team that cares about each other's success and shares the basketball and plays the right way. So we got great guys, so that's the start, and they're all buying in and doing the things we ask. So we're definitely headed in the right direction, but that's certainly a challenge when you have as much newness as we have in the program right now.
The way Coach Olin's teams play, the three-point shot is a big piece of it. His team last year at UC San Diego, half their field goal attempts were three-point shots. I'm sure you've assembled a group that can knock down the three?
Yeah, we definitely have some guys who can make shots. I think that's a strength for us, and something that as we go and evaluate how we're doing, sometimes we feel like maybe we're playing a little better than we are because we have a little shot making to bail us out, and really our process needs to improve. But that's certainly a luxury that we feel good about, just in terms of our individual talent, and shot making is a big part of that.
A returning Mountain West point guard in Dayton Albury from Utah State to the University of New Mexico. Is he going to kind of be the straw that stirs the drink for you guys?
Dayton's going to be a big part of what we're doing for sure. Obviously he's the, probably the only guy on our group that's proven at this level, and, was really productive in the Mountain West last season. And so, yeah, we have high expectations for Dayton, and he's certainly done well to this point, but we're a long way from kind of figuring out the roles and all the things. So, there's a lot of competition because we have a really deep roster and a lot of talent, but Dayton's a guy that I think has a chance to be a really good player for us.
Coach mentioned that his team, after a brief little break at the end of summer workouts, is now back on the court. Did they come back hungry?
Yeah, for sure. I thought they did a great job over the break, staying in shape, coming back ready to go. We've been able to hit the ground running, and I think over the last few weeks, the level's gone up a little bit. You can feel that. We've talked about that as a group. There's kind of stages to this, and in a couple weeks we'll start official practice and our level will go up, and then we'll start playing against other people, and obviously the level has to go up from there. So they've responded appropriately at each segment of the process, and really talented team. We got a long way to go to be the basketball team we want to be, but certainly feel like we're headed in the right direction.
Boy, Lobo fans cannot wait for that howl coming up in October, and then regular season action begins in November. Coach Olin, we wish you all the best of luck in your first season as a Lobo head man.
Thank you. Yeah, we're fired up to see everyone in the pit this fall.
There he is, Lobo head men's basketball coach Eric Olin.
New Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Brock Nelson finds Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
The power of we is all for one. It's all for you. It's always there for you. It completes your circle. It says you've got a team even when you're out there alone. And with Intermountain Health in your circle, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Look closely, and you'll see adventure, discovery, even a little mud. These 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. The Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Be winter ready with 0 down leases on a 4-wheel drive Bronco for just $439 or a Bronco Sport for just $369.
Set for kickoff here. Booming kick. Finds the lane. Hurdles the tackler. Running room on the left side. Past the 50. There he goes. Inside the 30. The 20. The 10. Touchdown!
Kevin walks in and shoots. And scores!
The new Altitude Plus is here, and it's loaded. New look, new features, new shows. Watch up to 4 feeds at once. Chat it up, talk your talk right in the app. If you live for Avalanche hockey, Altitude Plus is your season pass. What are you waiting for? Let's go, baby!
Sign up at altitudeplus.com.
Congratulations to Mix 100's Jeremy, Katie, and Josh.
And Nina Blanco, who were all big winners at this year's Colorado Broadcasters Association Awards.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh were named Best Morning Show,
as well as the best radio station personalities in all of Denver.
And our girl Nina was named the Best Afternoon Show.
Thank you for choosing live and local and listening to Mix 100, Denver's best music. Mix 100.
Turns out, caffeine can be tasty. Tasty caffeine is the new standard. With 17 flavors to choose from, find your flavor today.
The Denver Nuggets Basketball Academy is growing the game of basketball in our community by empowering youth and giving them the necessary skills to become athletes and leaders. The Academy hosts several clinics and camps each year. All programs are led by Academy professionals focused on providing top-tier instruction. For more information on programs and to get the latest updates, visit nuggets.com/youth, and don't forget to sign up for the Kids Club newsletter.
We're back at University Stadium. The Lobos on top of the Idaho State Bengals at the break. 14-10 is our score. With Dontrell Moore, the all-time rusher in Lobo football history, I'm Robert Portnoy in D-Train. Your impressions of the first half?
Yeah, an exciting football game. You decide what you're going to do at the very beginning. We talked about it in keys. Who's going to establish their will? Who's going to establish the line of scrimmage? And that's happened right now. A couple of big plays separate this game, but a great football game. If you're the Lobos, you like what you're doing up front. If you're the Bengals, you like your throws up to your top, to your big guys. So let's see what advantages or what adjustments are made at halftime.
Yeah, it was a first half of big plays, sudden change plays. And Dontrell, it started with a turnover here as Idaho State was deep in the red zone.
Yeah, you see Harshan right there they were driving and throw the play, and they were able to get the interception by Murphy, and then you see the rest of it going all the way down the field with the wheel route, yes sir, and picking up a huge gain and setting up a next play for Lane to run it in for a touchdown.
So the wheel route to Bankston, then Lane runs it in for 6. And continuing the theme of big plays, Scott Ray Humphrey busts one for 61 yards.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Lobos want to see right there. The big guys meshing it up perfectly up front, big on big, and then your best football players accelerating through the line of scrimmage for a touchdown.
Now, a sudden change, a turnover created by Idaho State, and then they go deep over the top to their 6'6" wideout.
Yeah, you see him, extending the play right there, extending his arm to push, and you see him push off to pick up the touchdown. They didn't call it, but that's their big play guy, and he was able to get the touchdown on that throw.
So Shulikov, the high point master, brings it in. You can see great balance for both teams and a really even first half statistically. We take time out. Second half is next on Altitude Sports.
At the University of New Mexico's Anderson School of Management, you'll find the graduate education, support, and connections to elevate your career. Apply today for one of the University of New Mexico's master's degrees in Business Administration, MBA and Executive MBA, Project Management, Accounting, Cybersecurity, and Business Analytics. High quality, affordable, flexible, online, or in person, where Lobos do business.
I'm not him. Sorry, guys. I'm not him. I'm not Jack.
Up top, let me Jack. Up top. Over here, just one more. One more before you go.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
It was here.
set. Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Brock Nelson finds Landeskog. Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Mix 100.
Live and local with Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning.
I love you guys. I love this morning show. You guys bring so much energy.
Thank you. I'm going to save that audio and send it to the boss.
Yeah. Denver's best music. Mix. Jeremy, Katie, and Josh in the morning. Denver's best music all day. Mix 100.
Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
I could get used to this.
Me too.
Whether it's a staycation, a playcation, or that adventure you've been dreaming about for years, there's something special about making it happen together. When you save with intention, even the smallest moments feel big. At Lucenda Credit Union, we're here to help you create the moments that matter most.
Nice home opener crowd for the University of New Mexico Lobo football team. They're on top of visiting Idaho State of the Big Sky Conference. 14-10 is our halftime score as we near third quarter action. Pretty balanced first half. Bengals 242 total offense. The Lobos 200 yards of total offense. There's New Mexico's starting quarterback, Jack Lane, 6 of 9 for 81 yards. He had the big wheel route for a huge gain to Damon Bankston out of the backfield. And of course, his first rushing touchdown as a Lobo when he took off and banged through a hit to get to the pylon, Dontrell, for the first touchdown at home for 2025.
Yeah, you see his toughness on that play, right? You see the execution of the wheel route to Damon Bankston on the big play, and then you see him just staying tough and lowering his shoulder and getting the end zone, just continuing what he did for Michigan and playing tough, making some throws. You can see that he is the leader of this football team, and obviously you see why Coach Eck is super excited about having him on his football team.
Lane, by the way, is making his 10th career start, Dontrell. This is the 4th time he started against Idaho State. Each of his 3 years at Idaho, even though for 2 of those he wasn't the regular starter, he came off the bench to start in place of the injured starter the other 2, and all 3 of them Idaho wins. All 3 of them Idaho romps, and 2 of them were very important. Here's an onside kick early. Oh, fabulous hands just inside the midfield stripe. New Mexico hauls that in. Fantastic play on special teams for UNM.
We call that the surprise onside kick. You're trying to gain an advantage. It's early to do it. If it executed, it looks great. If you don't, now the Lobos have great field position, but great hands by the up back there, staying focused on that ball. You're going to get hit, but a gutsy call by Coach Hawkins to start this second half.
Aaron Smith, one of the hand specialists up front for UNM, very alert, never turned and took his eyes off the football, and made a beautiful hands catch. Lane in the pistol, just shy midfield for the first snap. Scottrade shows good feet, eludes the initial hit, picks up a yard, 2nd and 9 at midfield.
Yeah, and you're going to do what you want to do. If you're the Lobos, you're going to do what you set out to do. Get that pancake express, as I talked about. And for those that don't, pancakes is where the offensive lineman put their defensive lineman on their back. You call that a pancake block. And the express is the running back coming from behind. Not much doing on that play, but that is the goal of this football team.
Lobo fans saw him as a Montana State guy last year show off his skills in an opening weekend win over the Lobos here at University Stadium. Another chance for Humphrey, and maybe 3. 3rd down coming up at the 47 of Idaho State.
Yeah, like you said, Scottrade, 140 yards in the game-winning touchdown for Montana State versus the Lobos last year. And, again, very comfortable on this football field, and he's showing it today to the tune of almost 100 yards.
That puts him over the number. Humphrey has reached the century mark 11 times now in his career. He's hit the 100-yard mark. 3rd and 6. Lobos are going to give it to Humphrey again, but this play doesn't get started. Usually false start.
Number 66, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's Big Mook, Israel Mukwiza, the left guard. Pretty subtle.
It was. They were definitely watching something there and got Big Mook. But again, can the Lobos figure it out after the penalty?
So 3rd and 11. Twins to both sides for Lane. 4-man pressure for Idaho State. Throw it in the flat here to McKinney. Can he make a man miss? Almost. Pretty good tackle there in space. Prevents the first down by Davion Ross. 4th and short on plus side of the 50. Do the Lobos go here?
Yeah, you see Lane waiting and waiting and waiting from his first progression, his second progression, and then get it out to his third progression. If McKinney can make somebody miss right there and pick up the first down, game of one-on-one matchups, and here we go.
4th and 4 at the Idaho State 45. After the failed onside, can the Lobos take advantage? Empty backfield for Lane. Fires it right side. It's batted down. Excellent defensive play there on the edge by Gabe Tahir. And the Lobos turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and I'm okay with the call. Just the execution is what happens in general with these kind of things. If you're Ziel Smith, the freshman there, you have to run your guy off, make him think you're running a go, and then create separation. None of that happened there, and he was right in position.
So the true freshman Smith, the intended target. The Boise State transfer Tahir with the knockdown. Idaho State football now at the 45. In the zone read, they hand it off. And Sudbury, nice move through the hole. Or was it Spencer there? No, it was Sudbury.
Yeah, the freshman there getting an opportunity with the injuries, and you can see his feet, and nothing crazy there. Just a counter where they're pulling a guard, and he kicks out counter power there, and he cuts it up inside for a first down.
We're going to call it 2nd and a half yard, Dontrell.
Oh, yep.
And another chance for Carson Sudbury, the redshirt freshman. Or did Harson hang on to that one and take it himself? He did, and Harson picks up the first down, and they're in Lobo territory down at the 37, and Idaho State is moving. They've trailed the entire ballgame, Dontrell, but now threatening.
They are threatening. You have 2 gambles, right, with the onside kick with Coach Hawkins, and then Coach Eck going for it on 4th down.
Moves Sudbury to the left, does the quarterback Harson, and he'll look to throw. He feels the pressure, and his throw over the middle is incomplete. Looking for Damian Morgan. The Lobos met at the quarterback that time. Gabe Lopez and Kaiwan McCray swallowed up the quarterback Harson.
Yeah, and you have a game stunt right there. You have the Gabe Lopez wrapping around, and then you bring McCray out the outside, and they got their game of inches 1 second later, and that's a sack. And it also allows Coach X's son, Jackson X, the opportunity to be right underneath there and knock that away.
Jackson Sharman checks in at quarterback on a 2nd and 10 at the New Mexico 37. Motion Duarte left to right across the formation. They're going to set up the screen, and it's not there. He'll just bounce it at the feet of Sudbury. And it was Keyshawn James Newby with the pressure. You want to allow a little pressure, but you can't let him come scot-free.
That is correct. If you're an offensive lineman and you're running screen, you make your defensive lineman think he's Lawrence Taylor and get there in 1 second. But you have to, actually more like 2 seconds. It happens too quick, then the quarterback doesn't have the time to allow the running back or the tight end or the receiver to get to his spot, and they were not able to do it on that play.
Just the second incompletion of the day for Sharman. Harsin is back in at quarterback now. And he'll throw 3rd and long. He'll take off. He has a first down. Flag comes out. Harsin at the 15. Out of bounds far side. Pushed out by John Johnson. Let's see about that flag. Might be an illegal block downfield.
Yeah, typically when it's right there in the line of scrimmage, it's going to be holding.
Holding. Offense on the 50. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You're 100% correct, Dontrell. It's the center, Alex Ramirez.
Yeah. What you see right there is a coverage, right? He has nothing, he steps up, and then all as defensive linemen are going to get by, and it's clear holding right there, 45 being held, and Harsin tries to get up in there, and that is the play that sprung him. So great, easy call right there.
So 3rd and 20 at the 47. Lobos showing just 3-man pressure. The quarterback is Harsin. Carr turns the corner. Harsin throws it short. It's caught by Duarte. Escapes the first tackle. Brought down at the 38-yard line by Abe Williams.
Yeah, you're not pretending or expecting to get it all back right there. You try to get a little bit, kind of see if someone can break a tackle. They try to get it to Ian Duarte there, see if he can break a tackle. He did break the initial tackle, but not able to pick up the first down. And again, the Lobos go for the gamble on 4th down and hold them now and don't give up the touchdown.
Be a 56-yard attempt for Trey Sinatra from the left hash. He had a 26-yarder at UNLV last week, and he's already made a short one here this afternoon. This would be a career best. His previous is 40 yards. The kick is on the way. It's hooking toward the left upright. It is good.
Media timeout. Timeout on the field.
Career best for Trey Sinatra. Draws Idaho State within 1 at 14-13 on Altitude Sports.
Turns out, caffeine can be tasty. Tasty caffeine is the new standard. With 17 flavors to choose from, find your flavor today.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Brock Nelson punts, Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Idaho State as close as it has been since we were scoreless. There's a look at Trey Sinatra, the place kicker out of San Jose, California, just struck a career best 56-yarder just inside the left upright with a couple of extra yards to spare. So, of course, with the last name Sinatra,
you have to ask the question, right? Any relation? Well, after being asked the question forever and ever, he finally decided that he needed some resolution to it. So he researched it. He found out that his great-great-granddad actually is from the same hometown as the Rat Pack legend Frank Sinatra. So now they're actually awaiting some DNA test results to see if there's actually a link. How about that?
Has to be. If not, say it.
Claim it either way?
No doubt.
Maybe a returnable kick here. Bankston from just inside the goal line. He's got a seam to the 27, and a flag comes out. Lobos will be backed up to start. Likely illegal block back there near the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he is the electric returner back there. Like you said, one of the best to ever do it at the FCS level. Trying to create some of that magic again.
Illegal block in the back, number 14, returning team. Going to be forced half the distance. First down.
Let's see where this illegal block comes from.
Yeah, right there on the left on the hash. You see right in the back. And if he's past you, just let him go. You don't even need to get a hand on him. You know, he's going to run right by that. It's always a coaching point. You get back in the film study, and the coach, the special teams coach, will just be going crazy because you touch him right there, and there's no need. The runner is already past him. And, again, just you learn, you correct those mistakes throughout the week.
So maybe Sean Miller there with the infraction, and the Lobos backed up to start at their own 8. Pistols set up and a give, and it's Bankston. And not a lot there on a first down carry for DeMond.
And again, if you're the offensive lineman of the Lobos, your opportunity or your desire to do on these plays is create movement. And they're not really doing it to the tune that they want to. They've had a couple of big plays. They've rushed for 123 yards. But like Coach X said, their goal is 200 every game and win the line of scrimmage. And that's what they have to continue to try to do.
Well, Idaho State's defense over the first 2 games, 300-plus rush yards in both. Play fake here. Lane wants to throw. Back shoulder. Incomplete. Looking over there for the freshman, Zael Smith.
And that's timing. The back shoulder is the timing play. You have your talented freshman out there, Zael Smith, and you have Lane, who's obviously a veteran. There's just no timing on that. When you're trying to throw the back shoulder where the DB is in play, you have to have timing and communication, and they didn't execute on that play.
Personnel changes for the Lobos. Sean Miller in at wideout. Dorian Thomas in at tight end. They'll move Thomas to the left side of the formation, and Lane wants to throw. Going to flip it to Thomas on the tight end screen. Excellent tackle made at the 12-yard line. Gabe to here.
Yeah, and that's that same kind of screenplay that they threw to Dorian Thomas in the first half where he fumbled. And again, I love the call. Maybe get it to a different person, maybe get one of your backs out there, have an opportunity to make somebody miss right there. But again, a great call, just one-on-one, he lost the battle.
Numbers game out there on the edge, isn't it,
Yes.
Dontrell? And the DB was free, unblocked, in space, showed his speed.
And then again, if you get a guy out there who can make someone miss in space like one of your running backs, it's a different one-on-one matchup there.
Daniel Hughes swings the right leg. Taken in at the 45. Duarte, nice return to the New Mexico 43. And Idaho State will start in Lobo territory. Lobos 14, Idaho State 13. Third quarter continues next.
You're a fan. You've noticed the Lobos are looking good this year. Epic media days. Killer intro videos. Meet the team behind your team. Half-Life has been the top commercial production company in New Mexico for over 20 years, bringing Hollywood's production values to the Southwest top brands. Half-Life is proud to be the official production company partner of the Lobos. Half-Life, serve the story.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Nelson punts, Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Congratulations to Mix 100's Jeremy, Katie, and Josh.
And Nina Blanco, who were all big winners at this year's Colorado Broadcasters Association Awards.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh were named Best Morning Show,
as well as the best radio station personalities in all of Denver.
And our girl Nina was named the Best Afternoon Show.
Thank you for choosing live and local and listening to Mix 100, Denver's best music. Mix 100.
Mountain West football is presented by Intermountain Health, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Idaho State with a chance to take its first lead. Lobos 14, Bengals 13, 8:48 to go, third quarter. Starting field position, New Mexico 43, and the coach's kid Harsin will take off. Nothing doing. Wheezy is there. Kaiwan McCray. Grandma, when he was younger, because he's lived with sickle cell his entire life, Wheezy, number 20, right there in the middle of the defense for the Lobos. Look at him get off the block and get the stop. So occasionally he was struggling to catch his breath. She initially called him Kai Wheezy, and then they just shortened it to Wheezy.
Wheezy.
And in the locker room, on the field, he's Wheezy. That's his name. This is the freshman out in the flat. Turns the corner to the near sideline, knocked out of bounds, 37-yard line. That's Titan Mason. Johnson brings him down.
Yeah, you're going to see him just getting it out to the outside. You see the explosiveness right there, the finishing. As a running back, you want to finish the play, and as a defender, you want to go lower on those big explosive guys who wins at the point of attack.
Pretty good speed shown off by the freshman there to get the corner, but John Johnson ran him down. 3rd and 5, huge play. Pump fake, got the seam route, it's caught. That's the big man. Makes a man miss, down to the 15. That's the 6'6" Mike Shulikov with his second big hit of the day.
Yeah, you see Shulikov just coming on a seam route. Harsin just waiting. Plenty of protection right there, and you do that because you bring in another another back to help do max protection, and you know you're going to Shulikov on the triple route there, kind of a double move, and he comes open.
22 on the connection. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Design quarterback draw. Keyshawn James Newby snipped that one out and tackles the quarterback Harsin. Short gain of 1.
And you see Harsin's athletic ability. You see he's kind of strong. He can run, and that's what they're typically trying to do there. A design play before on the quarterback zone read, and they're just doing that a lot, and then they'll step in and make those throws. So the Lobos have to be prepared to tackle in space with him and then keep that coverage tight.
James Newby, you're talking about an FCS All-American a year ago at Idaho with Coach Eck. 2nd and 9, inside give. There he is. That's why he was first team All Big Sky last year. The 250-pound Keyshawn James Newby just has such great feet. He's so quick.
Yeah, great motor right there, great recognition for me. It's not necessarily being fast and explosive, but can I recognize the play? So you get on that block and then you find where the ball carrier is and you explode through that. You saw James Newby able to do it on that play.
Going to get credit for a TFL of 2, 3rd and 11 at the Lobo 17. They're going to run the option. Flip it to the freshman, Mason. Lobo pursuit is too good. That's the coach's son, Jackson Eck, who played a phenomenal game a week ago in the big house with 8 tackles. That'll force a 4th down field goal try.
Just absolutely all over the football field. You see his motor, right? Any linebacker is going to have to be able to run sideline to sideline. He's being blocked. They're trying to get to him, but he says, no, suit for you. Gets to the outside, causes the running back to get to the outside and not be able to go anywhere. Lobos get off the field on 3rd down.
Sinatra from 33, and it's good. Idaho State is in front for the first time. Bengals 16, Lobos 14, 5.5 left in the 3rd on Altitude Sports.
Cool 105 is bringing the cool and the cash with the 2025 High-Low Game, Denver's biggest money guessing game, with jackpots as big as the year, up to $2,025. Just guess the exact amount and you win.
That's the
All right. Listen all day, play with your friends, and win that cool cash. The 2025 Mile High High-Low Game, powered by Horse Palace Swan Ranch Gaming and Plumline Services, only on Cool 105.
Mammoth fans, are you ready for game day? Get the latest Mammoth merchandise at Altitude Authentics. Altitude Authentics is your one-stop shop for the best selection and best prices on Mammoth gear. Shop in store Monday through Friday from noon to 5 p.m. or online 24/7 at altitudeauthentics.com.
The power of we connects you. It looks after you. It completes your circle. And with Intermountain Health as a partner in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. Because the stronger your circle, the healthier your life will be. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Boy, you could really see the aggressive nature of both head coaches at the start of this second half. Right out of the chute, Idaho State with the surprise onside. It fails. New Mexico with fabulous midfield starting field position. They can't pay it off. Just inside Idaho State territory, they go for it on 4th and medium. The pass gets knocked down. Idaho State goes down and kicks the go-ahead field goal, and the Lobos trail for the first time this afternoon. Returnable kickoff. Bankston takes it in at his 3. Here he comes right side with some room. Turns it upfield at the 30. And can he get the corner? He's knocked out of bounds by the kicker near midfield, and that saved a touchdown.
Yeah, you see the explosion right there. You see what we've talked about with Mr. Williams, and they did at the FCS level. They zoned it up perfectly, and the key for a returner is to set up where you're going to go. Make them think you're going right, then you cut up underneath, and you hit the X button, you accelerate. You see everybody fitting up their blocks right there. There's a zone, there's a lane right there, and then he's able to accelerate through that lane and almost get past the kicker there.
You love the cat and mouse on special teams, too. Because of the short kick earlier, the Lobos moved their game breaker, Abe Williams, up near the 20-yard line. But they've got a couple of game breakers, and the other one almost took that to the house. Bankston. A chance for Humphrey. Bounces it backside. Look at him finish a run, Dontrell. 7 or 8. It'll be 2nd and short.
Exactly what you like to see right there. Finish the run. Get up in there. Hey, if you can't get the home run, you finish the run. You let them know who's boss. Put your shoulder pads down. Run over the defender.
110 rush yards for Humphrey. Another chance for Scottre. Lobo, big fellas, starting to move the opposition straight up the middle for a first down near the 35 and a pickup of 7.
Keep on feeding them. That's what you want to see. I remember those days. You get a couple of carries. You start feeling good. You get a big on big, and you see that gap. I could drive my Denali right there through that hole, and you see him get through there and accelerate through there and picks up the first down.
Scottre averaging over 10 yards a pop. 11th career 100-yard rush, Jay, now up to 117. New Mexico driving for a go-ahead score. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Motion that fabulous tight end Thomas into the backfield now. And they're going to run a little reverse. And this is Keegan Johnson, and there's nothing there. No, it's Dial Smith. And boy, Idaho State was all over it.
They were. On the reverse, you want to make the defense think you're going one way. It's about misdirection, but you got to get them flowing a little bit longer, and they sniffed it out. They sniffed it out early and nothing doing.
Sure tail tackle for Cameron Willis.
And on all running plays.
Second and 12 play. Lane feeling some pressure. Nice feet for Jack and a ton of room. Looking for a block on the outside to the 28. 3rd and manageable. Call it 3rd and 3.
Sorry about that, partner. On all running plays, penetration kills all running plays. And that's exactly what happened on that double reverse. And now you see them come back, and it's just Lane looking around the field, finding what he needs to do, and then finding his gap.
Lobos go tempo, and Scottre Humphrey's not going to get there. He's a yard short. And 4th down coming up with a flag out.
Illegal substitution, defense, 5-yard penalty, play results, and the first down.
The Lobos got him with tempo, Dontrell.
That's exactly what happened, right? You use your offensive tempo, they illegally substitute, and that picks up the first down. They're scrambling, they're on their heels, and that's exactly what happens. All those coaching cat and mouse, all those strategic moves. The Lobos win that one on that.
It looks like Jake East might be cramping, one of the defensive tackles for the Bengals here. 3:06 remaining, third quarter. Lobos threatening, and I think it's probably the calf, the way they're working on that foot.
Yeah, when you're a football player and you're traveling and you have a lot going on, and you're week 3 for certain, there's so much cramps, and it's typically right above that spat or that tape where you tape your ankles, and then that's where it cramps right on that, and it's called the gastrocnemius is the calf muscle, and that's probably where he's cramping. You get that old foot stretch and straighten it out and get yourself back in there.
Only a guy who's turned a football career into a career in football training would know that. I am so impressed.
Thank you.
I'm not going to ask you to repeat it.
It's all right. I know exactly what it is. Gastrocnemius. That is the calf muscle, and that's what you're stretching right there. Yes, sir.
3:06 to go, third quarter. The infraction gives the Lobos a first down. Wildcat here. Humphrey takes the direct snap. Here goes Scottre. Scottre lowers the hat across the 10 and down to the 9. Pickup of 14. And Rylan Leathers, he's the guy who forced the fumble last week that Mason Young took for a scoop and score against Southern Utah. But Leathers, he's absorbing the blow right here. He's just getting in the way.
Yeah, when Scottre Humphrey's coming downhill right there. And again, if you're Scottre, you want to make him miss and walk into the end zone. But a great open field tackle, although he did absorb the contact there.
Again, a late substitution here for Idaho State. Lobos go heavy. That's an extra lineman in the backfield. Inside give. Not a lot doing. By the way, that's Jamar Tassi, a true freshman out of Seattle, Washington, who came in as a fullback there. And his offensive coordinator, Luke Schleissner, thinks that Tassi is going to be the real deal.
Yeah, they do like the true freshman, right? He's going to get some burn at offensive line. You know, he's up and coming. And so when they bring in the extra lineman, they get him involved in the game. And like you said, they are really high on him.
This time Zion to Ota'o. He's going to have to come off. He's cramping up a little bit too, it appears. Combination, right? It's hot.
Yep.
Got the altitude.
Yep.
Got the dry air. Yep. All these things. Tough to get the oxygen to the muscles, isn't
Absolutely. And then you also add in the afternoon game. A little hotter than it would be on an evening game.
2nd and goal to 7. The tailback is Humphrey. He's already found Pater once. Scottre's going to get it. Scottre to the 5. Tandem tackled there. One of the men to make the hit, by the way, Nathan Reynolds, wearing jersey number 25. It's not his normal jersey. You can see it says Jackson on the back of his jersey. He wears number 7. Nathan Reynolds, he's the guy this week honoring Marcus Jackson. He's a former Bengal from back in the mid-90s. Was in an accident, severe spinal injury. Just such an inspiration with his leadership and his strength of will. And each week they choose somebody that represents that. This week, Nathan Reynolds.
Such a cool thing, right? You're honoring those people who have done it and they've persevered. And
Wildcat snap. Humphrey behind the big boys. Humphrey to the 4 and maybe the 3, and it'll be 4th and goal inside of a minute here, late third.
Yeah, they've run the Wildcat a couple of times on this possession where that's a direct snap to Scottre, and he wants to get in there. They're even faking the read with the quarterback, but no one's going with it because you want to try to get some motion, get some people going. But again, let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go with the field goal on 4th down.
Take the points.
Yeah, at this juncture in the game, down by 2, you take the points, you grab the lead.
21-yarder for Luke Drizwicki. If it's good, it'll be his 35th for his career. He's the number 5 place kicker all time in total field goals in Lobo history, and it's perfect. 13 seconds to go here, third quarter. The Lobos are back on top. New Mexico 17, Idaho State 16. That's a 9-play, 45-yard drive that chewed up 5 minutes. The Lobos pay it off for 3, but they wanted more, Dontrell.
You absolutely want more. You get the big return by Bankston there, almost a touchdown. You want to put the ball in the end zone. You're inside the 5, and you decide not to go for it, but you want him the opportunity to try to get in the end zone. But again, like you said, there's Druzwicki, number 5 all time.
Driz, 3 years at the University of New Mexico as a walk-on, finally awarded a scholarship by his new head coach, Jason Eck, at the end of spring ball, right after the spring game. At the very end of spring ball, 15 practices, culminating with the spring game here at University Stadium, and they literally carry him off the field.
It's such a cool thing, right? You come here as a walk-on and you earn your stripes, and you never know what's going to happen. You just keep the course, you stay the course, and the ultimate love and adoration for what you've done is being rewarded with the scholarship. So happy for him, and I know his teammates carrying him off the field like he won the state championship, right, or the Super Bowl, is equally as excited for him.
Kickoff from Grant Glasgow, sails 8 yards deep. Man, he's got a leg on him, doesn't he?
He does. That's out the back of the end zone.
Started at Kansas, transferred to Montana, now at UNM. Career long field goal of 49 yards while at Montana against Butler. Handling the kickoff duties today, touchback here, Idaho State football. 17-16 Lobos in front, 13 ticks left. We are late third. Harsin at quarterback. Empty out the backfield, throw it over the middle, on the slant, it's caught. That's Duarte, big gain out to the 44. Gain of 19, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Time out on the field. Fourth quarter is next. Idaho State ball on the other side, trailing the Lobos. New Mexico 17, Bengals 16.
Discover accommodations at their best at Santa Clara Casino Resort. Nestled in the beautiful Espanola Valley, just north of Santa Fe. Our stunning rooms and suites offer the perfect escape. Book your stay today at santaclara.com.
I'm not him. Sorry, guys. I'm not him. I'm not Jack.
Up top, let me Jack. Up top. Over here, just one more. One more before you go.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
Discover gaming at its best at Santa Clara Casino Resort. Exciting promotions every day of the week, plus luxury car giveaways every month. Don't miss out on your chance to win big. Play today at santaclara.com.
Congratulations to Mix 100's Jeremy, Katie, and Josh.
And Nina Blanco, who were all big winners at this year's Colorado Broadcasters Association Awards.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh were named Best Morning Show,
as well as the best radio station personalities in all of Denver.
And our girl Nina was named the Best Afternoon Show.
Thank you for choosing live and local and listening to Mix 100, Denver's best music. Mix 100.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Well, Nelson Bud's let's go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
New Mexico up by a point on visiting Idaho State. Lobos up at University Stadium. First and 10 Bengals at their own 44. Quarterback Harsin rolling right. Throws late, has a man. Toe tap on the near sideline. Caught. First down. That's Aiden Garcia.
What a big league throw right there by Harsin. Someone barreling down, kind of stops. It's a corner route, and he just fires it and just a strike on the sideline for a first down.
In Lobo territory now, 39-yard line. Motions Sudbury out of the backfield, and Harson's going to take off. Keyshawn James Newby shows his closing speed, and the ball is out, but I think Idaho State got back on it.
Yeah, again, they love Harson in that running game, but you see the coach's son there, Mr. Eck, stripping that ball. See it, just a counter play right there.
I think Jake Hellman jumped on it. Saved a turnover. Might have been Keyshawn James Newby ripping at that football, Dontrell.
Eck was there, and then Newby with the strip.
2nd and 8 play. Swing it to Duarte. Has a first down. Slammed out of bounds on the far sideline. Really good pursuit. Jackson Eck just absolutely flying all over the football field.
Yeah, you just love what middle linebackers like he can do. Go left to right, can cover, can tackle, and you just see their motor.
Reminds me of Dakota Cox. Quarterback kept it. Harson tripped up. Eck again. First down pickup on 3rd and short. Move the sticks to the UNM 27.
And you can see what Idaho State is doing here. They have the Lobos kind of second guessing where they're at or what they need to be. So they got to kind of create their own pressure with their 3 down linemen first to put the Bengals on their heels, because right now they're coming downhill and they're creating all the momentum.
Idaho State outgaining the Lobos 340 to 250 right now. 13-minute mark, 4th quarter action. Bengals driving at the Lobo 27. Empty backfield here for Harson. Slings it left side for Duarte. Caught, and he's knocked out of bounds. Far sideline at the 21 by Abe Williams.
Yeah, you see right there just a pitch and catch, but the reality is, it's like Coach Spence said, earlier in this week, we were talking, we have 3 goals. Our defensive mindset is to stop the explosives, tackle in space, and get people to the perimeter. So you have to be able to do those things to be able to be successful. Lobo's not doing that to the tune that they'd like at this current juncture.
2nd and 4 at the Lobo 21. Harson, I think, just throwing this one away. Feeling pressure. Brett Carhu was in his face. Carhu got the first Lobo sack of the year at Michigan last week.
Yeah, they tried a little Texas route where they're showing a little action outside. They have all the people coming out, and then they try a little Texas route to get the back out of the backfield where he fakes outside and comes underneath, but the Lobos right at home on that play.
3rd and 4. Lobos showing 3-man pressure. Harson checks to the sideline. Harson settling into a clean pocket. Fires to Duarte. Nailed at the 15-yard line. Shy of the line to gain. Or did he get it? He did. Move the sticks to the Mexico 14.
Yeah, had plenty of time, did Harson in the pocket there. Nothing collapsed, and he just kind of picks his time, goes to a 2nd or 3rd read, and comes back to the receiver out on the edge and picks up the first down.
Aaron Smith first in on the hit, but not in time. 1st and 10 at the New Mexico 14. Sudbury tripped up by Slayton. Excuse me, that's not Sudbury, that's Spencer. Spencer, the quarterback, turned all-purpose triple threat running back. Give him 5, 2nd and 5.
A guy who, again, you got to watch out too for halfback pass right there. Can throw it, play a little bit of receiver as well.
Now the freshman Mason in at tailback. They stay in the spread, 4 wide receiver set with trips to the left. 2nd and 5 at the Lobo 9. Design quarterback draw. Here goes Harson for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal. Xavier Slayton with the tackle.
Harson on the keeper. 1st and goal.
And kind of what they've just been doing all the way down the field, Robert, is getting Harson in those quarterback draws or quarterback zones and letting him find a gap.
In the zone read, he's going to hand it to the freshman Mason. Mason with a nose for the goal line. Did he get there? He did. Bengal touchdown. Idaho State goes in front.
Mason on the run.
And honestly, what you see is just a kind of a power play and an extension from the quarterback zone read, or the zone read, where he pulls it earlier in the draft, and then he gives it to him here, and he just uses his speed and gets out to the outside. A great hit by the corner, but just a little late.
First career touchdown for Titan Mason. Great hit by Frankie Edwards. Mason able to just get there. So they're going to go for 2. Up by 5 here. Throw back shoulder in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Very good coverage by Abraham Williams on Zion Nunnally. Incomplete. Idaho State in front 22-17. Early 4th on Altitude Sports.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
Is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
The new Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Well, Nelson Bud's Landis go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
Congratulations to Mix 100's Jeremy, Katie, and Josh.
And Nina Blanco, who were all big winners at this year's Colorado Broadcasters Association Awards.
Jeremy, Katie, and Josh were named Best Morning Show,
as well as the best radio station personalities in all of Denver.
And our girl Nina was named the Best Afternoon Show.
Thank you for choosing live and local and listening to Mix 100, Denver's best music. Mix 100.
Idaho State has gone back in front 22-17. A 4.5-minute drive that covered 75 yards. It took 11 plays. And a 3-yard touchdown run for Titan Mason, the true freshman's first career TD. And Lobo head football coach Jason Eck and New Mexico facing their first gut check of 2025. You're at home. You're playing an FCS opponent. The Lobos do not want a repeat of a season ago when Montana State shocked them in the season opener here last year.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to take control of your destiny if you're the Lobos. Impose your will a little bit. Change it up on the offense. Coach Slice and company will figure out how to get more versatile. You know, if the bear front that the Idaho State Bengals are running are stopping a little bit of that run game or finishing strong, they'll have to kind of get to the outside and change some things up a little bit.
Low bouncing kick here. We'll get to Bankston. He'll field it at the 12, and here goes DeMond. Big return on the last go. This one to the 30. Nice starting field position. A little extracurriculars on the outside, and no hankies on the field.
It's getting a little chippy, right? Crucial point of this game. Who wants it more?
New Mexico is trying to defend its home turf now.
But again, if I'm in the huddle, I'm telling my guys we have plenty of time. Let's control what we can control, the things that we can do, and let's just execute.
An early 11-point lead in the rearview mirror. New Mexico has to come from behind, facing its biggest deficit of the day. Lane looking to throw as a wide open tight end. Thomas at the 45. Thomas knocks over a man, gets across midfield. They rip his helmet off, and DT gets to the 48 of Idaho State.
And that's what you want, Robert. You need the fire from your guy, one of your leaders who played big last week at Michigan, and you see the intensity right there. Again, a great call right here. Got the double move, fake the bubble screen, and you throw it to Dorian Thomas over the outside on the numbers, and exactly what you want. You see this fire and this intensity, and maybe it'll rally the Lobos to do what they want to do what they think they need to do.
Reynolds and Kaleke there. Thomas, the man who delivered the blow. 22 yards. First down in Bengal territory. Tailback is McKinney here for Lane. Lane throwing the slant through the hands of the freshman Smith. Incomplete, and a flag is out. Coverage by Tahir, and maybe Tahir got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. It'll be pass interference.
Yeah, Gabe Tahir was in really good coverage, but you can't wrap him up.
Pass interference, defense number 1. Spot foul, automatic first down.
And it was a late call, but the right call.
Still trying to get a whole bunch of new faces on the same page, aren't you, Dontrell, with 75 new players? That's a transfer quarterback and a freshman receiver, and that time the timing was good.
It was great. It's just, you know, if he doesn't wrap him up right there, it's a completion.
Lobos shift the tight ends to the left side of the formation. McKinney is still the tailback for the quarterback Lane. Jack has a man wide open. This one is caught by the freshman Smith. Smith spun down near the 33. Pickup of 6. Kaleke and Young in on the stop.
Robert, so much about offense is rhythm, right? It's not even whether holes are opening or, you know, typically it is imposing your will, but can you get in a rhythm, you know, with the play calls, and can you create your own kind of will and rhythm in the offense? And then that's when the playbook opens up, and then you feel like everything works.
Direct snap to Humphrey, hands it to Lane. Throws it out here to Buckley, and Buckley loses his feet. I think he got the block he needed from Ziel Smith, but as he turned upfield, the turf monster got him.
That's exactly what happened. And if you watch it, he cut off his inside foot. I know it is. You, as any running back or any receiver, if you're trying to go upfield, you have to cut off of your outside foot and keep your footing. But if you try to put your inside foot to get vertical, you're gonna slip, and they had it blocked up.
3rd and 2. Boise State 31. The big back, Scott Trey Humphrey, at 210 pounds, is in there. But Lane's going to throw. They want a deep shot. Single coverage, looking for Buckley. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah. So they're trying to go up top to Buckley, and if you don't give him an opportunity, maybe he gets the pass interference if you kind of give him maybe a back shoulder right there. Interesting call, maybe a decision on, you know, Lane's part. I know talking to Coach Slice early in the game, early in the week, he talked about getting to be able to make calls, finding number 22 for the defense and going opposite of where he is, but did not execute on that play.
Lobos go heavy. They go Wildcat. Direct snap. Humphrey will take it. Humphrey is hit. Humphrey keeps his feet moving. The pile is right at the 29.
So she gives it to
they're motioning first down.
It's crazy.
New Mexico first down.
It's crazy, Robert. The field judge had it as a first down. The line judge had it short.
And the field judge had a better view.
He sure did.
The play was closer to him, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I remember I told you, if you're savvy enough, you get up and throw it to the line judge or the field judge that has the best spot. But the field judge was decisive in his first down call.
They're going to review it. Reviewed upstairs. It stands. Every play reviewed in real time. Lobos move the chains. Just over 8 minutes left on the 4th. Lobos down 5. Driving. Play fake. Lane throws this one, looking for Thomas. Felt pressure, got it away. Jake East, remember he was cramping earlier. He was the one in the offensive backfield there.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. They had a great call right there. Jake East gets off the block and is right in Jack Lane's face, and had a wide open receiver, but no time to find him. So penetration kills all drives, all downs, and you saw it on that play there.
Tailback is Bankston. We're going to split Thomas wide left. He might have single coverage out here. The tight end, they're looking for Thomas in single coverage. On the back shoulder, throw it to your best player, and it's caught inside the 5. 1st and goal, New Mexico.
And that's exactly what it looked like against Michigan. Go to your one-on-one matchups where you feel he's going to win every single time. To throw it back shoulder, Jack Lane gave him an opportunity, Robert, to go up and get the football, and that's what Thomas was able to do.
First and goal at the 4. Bankston just shy of the goal line. Second and goal at the 1.
Yeah, they get to the line of scrimmage and try to ram it in there. And if you're Bankston, you got to get going downhill right now and quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Tempo out of the pistol. Hand it to Bankston again. Bankston, did he get the goal line? No indication yet. Touchdown, Lobos.
What an answer of a drive, Robert. What a determining factor in this football game could that drive be. Backs against the wall, down, and they drive down the field and put one in the end zone. Multiple weapons, multiple calls, multiple plays, and they get one in the end zone.
Lobos in front, 23-22. Now with a chance to make it a 3-point advantage here with the 2-point try. The Lobos will go for 2. This is a 3 tight end look right here in the personnel grouping for UNM. Mappa, Keith, Thomas all out there. Buckley in the slot. McKitty split wide right. Empty backfield for the quarterback, Jack Lane. McKitty in motion. They show jet sweep. They don't throw it. Lane's going to run it. Lane's going to flip it. And it's caught! Dorian Thomas! The 2-point try is good. Lobos up by 3.
Again, that is just moxie and guile and guts. Unbelievable.
The Bankston touchdown. Then the Lobos get the 2-point try. This drive belonged to Dorian Thomas.
New Altitude Plus is here. Nuggets and Avalanche. Your way, every game. Live featured events put matchups front and center. Countdown clocks keep you locked in. Altitude Plus puts you in control. Rewind, fast forward, watch live or on demand. And multi-view to see it all at once.
Nelson punch, let's go! Yes!
Get the new annual plan and save $40. Sign up at altitudeplus.com, then download the app today.
The power of we is all for one. It's all for you. It's always there for you. It completes your circle. It says you've got a team even when you're out there alone. And with Intermountain Health in your circle, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
The Colorado Avalanche is proud to continue its support of the Colorado hockey community. Our efforts aim to support the growth of hockey throughout the great state of Colorado and make the game more accessible for all families through programming both on and off the ice. Learn more at coloradoavalanche.com.
25-22, New Mexico on top. Dorian Thomas having a day after 10 catches and 2 scores at the Big House against Michigan last week. Tried 5 receptions for 56 yards and a 2-point conversion catch this week at home against Idaho State. 7:17 to go in the 4th. Lobos back in front, 25-22, in what has been a back and forth second half. So Dorian Thomas owned that last drive for the Lobos. Dontrell, what about this first big pass over the top to DT?
Yeah, what you love right here is DT is concentration. For me, it's the throw by Jack Lane, giving him an opportunity. I feel like there's been a couple of throws today where he didn't give his receiver an opportunity to go up and get it, and he was on that big play to set up this play here. And then again, for me, that's just Thomas and Lane being in tune with each other. He kind of drops it over and he stays with it, holds it, watches it in, and gets a 2-point conversion. A huge pickup.
I was thinking with Lane in real time, you know, I got the pylon earlier for a touchdown. I don't think I can get there on this one.
Exactly
I'm
what he
going
was
to give
saying.
it to the big guy. In the flat, Sudbury. Nothing there. Outstanding Lobo defense. David Murphy and Frankie Edwards. Edwards, number 5, first man in.
Man, if you can have a safety that can come in the open field and make tackles in the open field 1v1, you can play good defense. And that's exactly what Murphy did. He was one-on-one, did not get undressed, made the tackle in the open field.
Frankie, a DB, just like his dad, Dontrell. His dad played at Cincinnati. One more for Sudbury. No chance. The X factor up front. That's Xavier Slayton.
Again, it's something that rejuvenates you about offense when your defense, when your offense scores. Now they're flying around. You can see it. Can they dial up a blitz here on 3rd down?
37 at the 28. Idaho State down 3 with the ball. Time for Harsin. Has Sudbury. No, sir. Frankie Edwards, the Weaver State transfer, stepping up with a huge tackle on the perimeter.
It's exactly what you want. For me, it's the film room. It's the play recognition. That's what you see. You stay at home, you wait for the guy to come out of the backfield, and then you just stick him short of the first down. The Lobos get off the field on 3rd down.
His dad used to commute 90 minutes from Long Beach to Moreno Valley. So Frankie could play high school football at St. John Bosco. I think it paid off, Dontrell.
Absolutely. Sacrifices that parents make, sacrifices that the people that are above in your life make for you to pursue your dreams and to give you the best. Absolutely what you want in a parent.
This play blown dead before it starts.
Delay of game, offense, number 34.
5 yards of field position for the Lobos.
And here's the thought process. I remember being in these moments. If you're a team that wants to win and have aspirations, as Coach Eck and the Lobos do, to be bowl eligible, these are the games where you take the ball and you keep it until the game's closed. It's called finishing strong. It's called code red. It's just, what do you do so that Idaho State doesn't get the football again?
The punter, Russo, mishit, lands at the 41, backs up. Great field position, great opportunity for New Mexico to close the door. Everybody talks about the 2-minute offense, right, Dontrell?
Yes, sir.
This is the 4-minute offense. And when you're talking about the 4-minute offense, what exactly does that mean?
Love it. And the 4-minute offense is the offense where you're going to be methodical in your movement. You're not going to rush to the line of scrimmage. You're going to milk the clock. You want to try to pick up a couple of first downs and be methodical in your movement. Get the ball to the ref as slow as possible. Get up as slow as possible. Milk the clock and get this under a couple of minutes, and then you get that first down to end the game. So you're strategic with your movement and your play calling, and you hope to pick up a couple of first downs.
The tailback is McKinney. He gets the first carry, and he's loose. First down and more to the 41 of Idaho State. Pickup of 17.
You see the foot speed right there. You see the explosion. You see the wiggle and the quickness. And you want that in a running back again. And that 4-minute offense mentality, 2 or 3 first down, and it's over. And that's the game. You pick up a first down, you hold on to the football. That's the other philosophy. You double wrap that up when you're in traffic. But a great run there by McKinney.
McKinney still in the backfield with the quarterback lane inside of 5 minutes. They showed jet sweep, instead handed to DJ. Can't turn the corner here. Gabe Tahir, first in at his ankles with the tackle.
The other thing to note about the 4-minute drill is the defense knows you're going to try to run the football. And the second thing about the offense is do not run out of bounds. Just stay in bounds on every run. If it gets drawn out to the sideline, you get down and stay in bounds. That used to be a drill we worked on. 4-minute offense, you're running outside, you got some space, slide down and stay in bounds.
Second and 10 at the 41, clock churning at the 4:10 mark. Lobos with the lead and the ball. Lane throwing to Miller, incomplete. Short hop, Sean Miller. No catch.
And if you're Jack Lane, you'll want that throw back. No pressure. Just kind of stand in the pocket and make your throw. What happens is you get indecisive with which who you want to go to, right? So he's looking at his receiver the whole time. It's just a throw he can make. Just have to be decisive and step into that. Maybe it was a little pressure, a little late, but I think he had plenty of time to step into that throw and complete it.
3rd and 10 at the Idaho State 41. Love to run some more clock. Need a first down to make that happen. Lane from the gun with time. Plenty of it. Throws, has his man. 35-yard line. Run after catch and a Lobo first down. The freshman Ziel Smith moves the chains. Perhaps his biggest play is a Lobo, Dontrell.
I would absolutely agree. The juncture in this game, if you don't get there, you're going to have to punt. But Jack Lane stayed in the pocket until he last minute, then got to the outside. That's what good quarterbacks do. They stay, they read it, they keep their eyes upfield. Ziel Smith stayed ready and picked up the first down.
His dad, James, played at Western Oregon. Here goes Bankston. Outside the numbers to the 15 and down near the 12. 18 yards. The Lobo run game is starting to take over the contest. 200 rush yards for UNM.
And that is the goal. That's what Coach Eck talked about. Our goal as a team is to rush for 200 yards. I'd like to see Bankston right there stay in bounds. We just talked about that. Keep that clock running. That's what Coach will tell him. Coach JJ, the running back coach at the University of New Mexico, will tell him, hey, we stay in bounds on a great run. But again, first down, exactly what the Lobos wanted.
Next go up by a field goal. Ball sits just outside the 12. Bankston still the tailback in the pistol behind the quarterback, Lane. And another one for Bankston. Bankston hits a wall this time. Maybe a yard. They'll blow it dead.
Hand off to Bankston.
And again, sometimes, Robert, it's counterintuitive, right? You break a big run, you want to get to the outside, but it's your run, you've already got the first down. The biggest thing is bleeding some more of that clock.
Idaho State takes a timeout here. That'll leave them with 2. The Lobos over 2 Bills rushing. We mentioned that. 11th career 100-yard rush day for Scottrey Humphrey and work for McKinney and Bankston. Both of them around 30 rush yards each. Lobo head coach Jason Eck there, no doubt talking with his offensive coordinator Luke Schleissner. They've been together so long. They go back to their days at South Dakota State. Schleissner has been his offensive coordinator the last 3 years at Idaho, now here at the University of New Mexico.
Yeah, he talked about their relationship, 10 years of working together on this side of the ball, so they know each other, they go over things, they plan things together, and you see when they succeed how their relationship shows up on the football field.
And both are play callers, right? Both are offensive coordinators. It's almost a symbiotic relationship between the two of them. Lobos spread it out. Motion Keith, the tight end. Now handed off inside. McKinney, great feet through the hole to the 4-yard line. Pickup of 5. 3rd and short. 2:20 left.
Yeah, you see him coming down here kind of like on the zone read, and then watch this right here. Just stick a foot in the ground and get vertical north and south, exactly how they coach it up.
Rylan Leathers is down. Leathers, the redshirt freshman out of Amarillo, Texas, in his hometown high school. 12 tackles, a career best for Leathers 2 weeks ago, week 0 in the opener in Vegas against the Rebels at Allegiant Stadium. Leathers, a guy that Lobo head coach Jason Eck said stood out on film.
Yeah, he flies around kind of like the coach is on the Lobos, Jackson Eck, right? Like just flies around the ball, forced the fumble, as you mentioned, against Southern Utah, and an integral part of this defense for sure.
One of the ways to execute the 4-minute offense is to run the football and do it effectively. And the Lobos have been able to do that. And there won't be a snap here before the 2-minute timeout, but this could be the perfect culmination to the 4-minute drill with a touchdown.
It would be. It is the number one thing. The number one thing is to run the football.
Lobos trying to put away Idaho State when we come back on Altitude Sports.
It was here. G4. G4, G4. Okay, no.
Where is it? Because any car that doesn't offer the confidence that it will find you is a car that stops short of amazing. Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
I'm not him. Sorry, guys. I'm not him. I'm not Jack. Up top, let me Jack. Up top. Over here, just one more. One more before you go.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
The UNM band doing its thing as Lobo football looks to put away Idaho State in the home opener. 2 minutes left. Lobos up 3. 3rd and 1 at the Idaho State 4. Jack Lane, the quarterback. The tailback is Humphrey. Scottrey gets it. Scottrey pounds it ahead. Scottrey has a first down. And Scottrey inside the 1. 1st and goal.
It's just an attitude. I'd love to see both sides fight. Yeah, you see both sides fighting and trying to do their thing and running through.
Idaho State takes its 2nd time out of the half. You see so many of those short yardage plays, Dontrell, end up being a battle of wills between the big fellas for both teams as they all converge on the ball carrier whose momentum has been stalled, and then it becomes literally almost like a tug of war. Who can push better than the other?
Yeah, it's a scrum right at the goal line, and typically, different than when I was playing, they allow that now. You can scrum and scrum and scrum, and if you end up in the end zone, they call your forward progress and get in the end zone. So the scrum and the battle of wills at the line of scrimmage for a stalemate can make or break some of these football games.
And that's really one of the big controversies right now going on Sundays, right? The tush push, and is that a true football play? Some think it isn't. It's still in the game. Philadelphia uses it to great effect, don't they?
They are. They're just better at it than everybody else.
Lane checks with his lineman. 1st and goal at the 1. The tailback is Humphrey. Scottrey's going to get it. And Scottrey has the end zone. Lobo touchdown.
Great culmination of the 4-minute drive. You talk to the coaching staff and you ask them their philosophy on the 4-minute drive. It's to get the ball, keep it until the defense can't get it back or score a touchdown. And you just see what the Lobos did right there. They imposed their will. They went behind that offensive line, and the Pancake Express, as I talked about early on in the keys to victory, they showed why they want the pancakes, and they got 22 deuce on the loose. Pancake Express into the end zone for the Lobos.
Tyler Lawrence, big number 68, the right tackle, helped Scottrey traverse the final couple of feet for his 2nd touchdown as a Lobo. A long one early, 62 yards. A short one late, 1 yard. Bookend scores that might lead to a Lobo win. New Mexico 32, Idaho State 22 after the Drizwicki PAT. There it is, 9 plays, 58 yards, nearly 4 minutes. Humphrey touchdown. Statement kind of drive for New Mexico. The one big pass play, but mostly on the ground.
Mostly on the ground, and that's what you want. That means, listen, you know what we're going to do. We know, you know we're going to run the ball. Can you stop us? It's an attitude. I loved being in the huddles and in these moments where you say, listen, I'm going to do my job. I looked every single offensive lineman in the face and I said, listen, you block your guy, I'll take care of the rest, right? You do what you're supposed to do, and then we matriculate the ball down the field and we put one in the end zone. And that's exactly what the Lobos do. It's statement drive, attitude drive, and this is exactly the kind of football that the Lobos want to play moving forward.
If you had to guess, the generation of running backs, we had a good look there at Scott Trey Humphrey as this kickoff from Glasgow sails through the end zone for a touchback, and Idaho State will have it at the 25. Knowing the backs that Scott Trey might have been watching growing up, there's one guy that stood out, his favorite, maybe the best of his generation, Dontrell, both the power and the speed. He could knock you over and he could run by you, and man, was he a physical specimen.
Is he Derrick Henry?
Adrian
Peterson, absolutely one of my top 5 favorite running backs of all time. The GOAT is Barry Sanders. I have Adrian Peterson right in there around 3 or 4 or 5. An absolute joy to watch play football.
Harsin to throw. Incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Duarte.
Looking for Duarte. There's a familiar list, Dontrell. Who's that guy on the top?
Number 1 all time. I don't know. It's a good looking list there. Dontrell Moore.
4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons for my partner, with a torn ACL in a bowl game mixed in.
I did. It was a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard work. The big
that
guys
man
up
has
front,
your jersey number, by the way, doesn't he?
He is wearing it, and I wish him nothing but the best of luck in watching him perform, and just a lot of fun on the football field.
Incomplete over the middle, looking for Zion Nunley. Combs in coverage, McBean over there as well to give him his kudos. McBean, by the way, a true freshman, getting work at that spot, vacated by the injured Austin Brawley. We've seen Speech, we've seen Smith, we've seen McBean. It takes a village.
It absolutely does. That's that key secondary support. Who steps up, right? And can they come up with another stop to finish this football game?
3rd and 10. Over the middle. Caught. Nunley. Gang tackled short of the first down. Eck was first there. The number of tackles that Jackson Eck makes in the defensive secondary astounds me. One of the great Lobo linebackers, Dakota Cox, used to be all over the field, and I feel like Jackson Eck is a very similar player. There is a late penalty flag here.
Personal foul. Offense number 51. Down counts. 15-yard penalty. 4th down.
That really hurts their cause, doesn't it?
And when you were talking about Jackson Eck, like, he just flies to the ball. He can be down on the line of scrimmage, you know, like in an A or B gap right of the center, and then they throw a 12-yard pass, and he's flying to make that tackle. And that's the effort and guts and motor that you want in your leader on the defense.
Perhaps the greatest Lobo of all time, Brian Urlacher, said of Jackson Eck after watching him in a fall practice, he runs to the ball.
Absolutely.
His motor is nonstop. Harsin, incomplete. A little too high out here on the edge. Looking for Morgan out there.
4th down, that'll do it.
Lobos get off the field. 1:10 to go. Idaho State, 1 timeout. Maybe one one play, excuse me. Then that favorite formation, Dontrell.
The greatest formation in the history of football, the victory formation. If you get an opportunity to do that at the end of football games, that means you executed to your liking. You did the things that you were supposed to do, and you're going to come out on top. So,
you talked about it, D-Train, the ability to close. Put down the hammer in the 4th quarter.
Those are signs of good football teams, right? Don't give it any doubt. Don't give Idaho State the opportunity to get the football again, and the Lobos did that.
With just 1 timeout left for Idaho State and just over a minute to go, the Lobos will go ahead and get to the victory formation on 1st down. Let's see if Idaho State just leaves that last timeout on the table? It appears they will. Inside of a minute. A little uneasiness in the fourth quarter for sure. You get down by 5, but the Lobos never wavered.
Completely respect and enjoyed watching what they've had to display in that moment, down 22-17, middle of the fourth quarter, and the game is on the line for them. I think about the 3rd and 10 that they had. Jack Lane kept his feet going and threw it out there to Zyle Smith and picked up the first down. It essentially kind of nullified this football game. But if you're the Lobos, you enjoy the crowd turnout, you enjoy the atmosphere at the game at University Stadium, and more importantly, you got the win for your fans to enjoy.
Jason Eck gets his first win as the University of New Mexico head football coach. It comes in the home opener in front of more than 17,000 here at University Stadium. The final ticks come off the clock, and the Lobos defeat Idaho State 32-22. UNM improves to 1-1, and Idaho State will fall to 0-3. And in the end, you feel like New Mexico's run game was the difference in this contest, Dontrell, in particular in that 4-minute drill where they went down and scored the clinching touchdown.
Yeah, not only was it the deciding factor in this football game for the Lobos going forward, it will be the deciding factor. So goes the running game, so goes the Lobos moving forward. Their goal of 200 yards was achieved at 216 today, and if they can get 200 plus, they'll win a lot of football games.
15 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. That's how you finish, partner.
That's exactly how you finish.
Jack Lane gets his first win as the New Mexico starting quarterback, number 2 in the Cherry. The Coach Eck era fully underway. A lot of momentum, a lot of enthusiasm behind this program and behind this athletic department, coming off of that great performance in Ann Arbor against the University of Michigan. And UNM needed this win desperately to keep that momentum alive. And now you get another unbelievable opportunity. You go to Rose Bowl to take on UCLA next week.
It's exactly what you wanted. You saw the daunting task of this schedule.
We're headed downstairs here in just a moment to talk with the Lobo star running back, Scott Trey Humphrey. Scott Trey, go ahead, my friend. It's great to be with you. What do you think about UNM getting its first win under Coach Eck?
It was a great win. I'm saying? We fought. Not the result that we really wanted, but we won. So that's all that matters, really.
Scott Trey Dontrell here. Congratulations on the victory. I want to go to that run, the big run in the first half. Tell me what you saw on that, and how did you get to the end zone?
Huge hole. My offensive line blocking well. Like I said, it's stuff that we need to fix, but offensive line did an amazing job. You know what I'm saying? And if they have a hole like that, I got to run through it and I got to score.
Your guys really imposed their will on that last drive, didn't they, Scott Trey?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we had to. We had no other choice.
Congratulations.
I appreciate
you. Lobo runner Scott Trey Humphrey, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, average 7.8 yards per carry. His 11th career 100 rush yard game. The whole stable of backs was terrific. Here's the 61-yarder, Dontrell.
Yeah, that's the one I was just asking about. Like he said, he opened up. I could drive my Denali truck through that hole, and he exploded it and went through the hole. They show a little zone read where you snap it right to him in the Wildcat, and just a couple of wrinkles here in Coach Slice's offense. Then you get it to one of your other backs, McKinney, and you see his explosion and his quickness and his foot speed there and getting everybody downhill.
Boy, McKinney. Now you see Bankston, and, of course, not as much Buchanan here today, but just an embarrass of riches in the backfield, Dontrell, and there was the clinching touchdown.
There was the clinching touchdown, and again, we talked about that in the open. We talked about it, in weeks leading up and talking to Coach Eck. This is their most potent room. This is where they feel that the bread will be buttered, and they had a nice, soggy, buttery bread today to the tune of 200-plus yards rushing.
Phenomenal start to the Jason Eck era at the University of New Mexico. Ongoing. The Lobos win it 32-22 over Idaho State. Coach Eck has his first W. Dontrell, phenomenal performance in the finish in the fourth for UNM. That'll do it for my broadcast partner, Dontrell Moore. I'm Robert Portnoy. We say so long from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and University Stadium. The Lobos get their first win under Coach Eck, 32-22, the final. over Idaho State on Altitude Sports.